selfish point of view, I want to know this person better. Like for every guest I bring in, it's because I want to know this person better. So it's either this person has something that I really want to understand, or I want to learn from this guy or this girl. I want to share his or her wisdom. That's why I bring them up, and then Chinket. That's why this podcast title is Chinket wants to know. Not you want to know, not they want to know, not he want to know, not she want to know. It's Chinket want to know. So I don't know if that answer your question or not. But I mean, like answers your no. Yeah, I kind of can see that. So yeah, if that case, let me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chinket Wants to Know. Today we have a guest that I sometimes want to slap the shit out of him, but he's one of the smartest person I know, so I want to slap him half of the strength only. This is Suhail.
What's up, everyone?
It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird.
You made it weird when you said it, okay? It was still fine.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Whatever gets you on, bro.
Anyway, I have a small introduction here. Suhail, actually, maybe I want to introduce yourself lah, so at least people know who the fuck are you lah. Right?
Okay.
So I'll do my introduction, my little information that I've written for my Suhail lah. The Suhail that I have in my version room. Suhail is a former dodgeball sportsman athlete, and judging by the frown that he has right now, he's cringing. Maybe we can dig into that later on. Works in a few startups, works in a few business. Maybe you can talk about that as well, because you did mention.
Can you repeat that?
Works in a few startup. Okay. Am I right? Okay. I remember you told me about that.
It's past tense, yeah.
Worked. Ed. My English not so good, so please powder me. Please forgive me. So one of the most intelligent person, and at the same time one of the most dumber person I ever met.
That one I agree.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, I will require you to do a small introduction to people who never met Suhail before. One of the most intelligent that Chinket met in his life.
Okay, very high bar, but
because that's how I view you. Unless you want me at like one of the highest, smartest person I met, and at the same time, it's one of the dumbest person I met as well. So, which I already said.
So I'm Suhail. I used to play volleyball, not dodgeball. That's why I was cringing.
I see. That's why I fucked up. Makes sense.
I played back in primary school all the way to uni. I went for district level. I almost entered state level for Selangor. But due to injury, I couldn't continue for state level. After that, I just played casually. But since COVID, it's kind of just like going to the gym rather than just going. Other than going to the gym, I have to actually reduce my volleyball because it's public exposure to COVID. About the businesses, I have worked in, you could say it's a tech company, but they were involved in the sports industry. So they were trying to create an app to facilitate bookings for tennis players. And also they added a feature where you can actually play with strangers also. Let's say you need a duo basically, and you only have a single player with yourself, and basically you don't want to play with the wall, basically you want to play with someone. So when you book the court, you can actually also send a beacon and ask for someone to join your court. And then when you find that person, then you can play and interact with the person. The app was kind of fascinating because it had a lot of features where you can also track your score, compete with people online and whatnot based on your tennis play.
It's basically
later moved on.
It's basically like in IRL matchmaking system.
Correct, yes.
It's very interesting. God.
Yeah. When you say matchmaking, right, it's actually like Tinder for sports, basically.
Yeah. But I now reached that Tinder part. I only reached like, because I was picturing Valorant, and then matchmaking is like I'm alone, but I don't want to play alone. I want to play with friends, so I just like anyhow.
Yeah. And the app kind of expanded to other sports. So from tennis, they included badminton, then they slowly moved on to tennis. They were trying to expand globally. They're considered a startup because they didn't have a funding yet. They didn't enter any Series B or C yet. Even Series B, C is still considered a startup, but they only had an angel investor for their company, and they haven't became a public corporation yet. The other company I worked in as a startup, I worked for Vast AI, which was a company my brother was working in. He is still in that company actually. Vast
Was
AI is VASE.ai.
okay. Continue. Customers research. Oh, research company.
Yep. So they use big data analytics and
Mm.
also they have their own API to run customer reports or basically any marketing research you need to do. They have an API for it to run the data that they already have existing to give you certain results that information regarding whatever you want. So let's say
Mm-hmm.
you ask a question, like you want to know what is people's reception or perception of Maxis. Let's say let's say the customer is Maxis. Maxis asks this question like, well, what do people think of Maxis? That was the first image. So BAS would actually have a large number of data already, and they would also send out surveys to their survey platform to collect data regarding that question. Of course, they ask various number of questions to get various perspective about the answers, and then they generate information from it using the yeah. So I worked under the customer support area, so I had to deal with customers using our survey platform, and also I got to know more about the API itself and how it works for big clients.
Mm. Okay. How do you find that? For me, right, for Chingas, I find it very meticulous, very tedious, and I find I can gig it out, but at the same time, I won't want to like be there 24/7. It's like I'm not going to have that as my work.
Yeah, that's the cool part. We didn't actually have to physically generate the reports.
Mm-hmm.
So when we actually just go through three processes, right? We compile the answers from surveys, then we let it run in the system,
Yep.
the API basically,
Mm-hmm.
and then from that API you can actually choose the results you want. Let's say you want it in a graphic format or you want it in a
Mm-hmm.
short form format. They'll show you the data points for it, and then they'll give you the answers based on let's say, among five in the one question that was given in the survey, option three was chosen the most. Then they would give you a certain answer, and then you be able to draw a demographic from it, like who are the ones answering the most for option number three. Then
Mm-hmm.
you can show the age range and whatnot. All this is actually automated.
Oh, that means their system is actually quite chunky, you know. It's like
Yes.
they've invested a lot into
Yes,
this
it's
machine of
actually,
them.
yeah, the founders themselves are the ones who made the program.
Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually very uh, mind opening when I entered the company because they were running with very few employees, and the work they were doing was a very big project, and they were dealing with clients like DG, Pizza Hut, and whatnot.
Big
So these are
big
big
clients.
clients,
Mm-hmm. Big
and
client.
it's amazing like working with amazing people like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always tell my friends, if you want like the best exposure to like actual work, right, where you can learn a lot and also find your passion, startup is the way to go because you're really literally put into a drilling machine and you have to learn fast and give results fast, and you'll be surrounded by like
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Correct. Okay, can I touch a bit when you said like you would suggest people to go for a startup, and how about
minded.
corporate? What's your
Corporate.
opinion?
Mm, so I think you and I both agree that corporate revolves around bureaucracy. So you have to be able. Your personality type should be the one that can deal with rules easily. So if you're told not to do this, you don't do it. If you're told to do this, and you shouldn't be worried about, let's say, your opinion, right? Let's say you're given a task, and the way to do the task is you have to go to this company application, fill out a form, and then submit it. if that is the task, but you know in your heart there's a better way to do it, right? If you can push that thought down in your heart without doing it, then corporate is for you. Because corporate has a tendency to destroy creative solutions, and also doesn't allow for you to basically experience, how do I say, problem solving at a higher level, unless you are in middle management. But when you're just entered corporate, lower level, you're actually just basically doing hard labor. You have to do what you're being told, you have to follow the work. Sometimes certain departments revolve around creative. For example, you enter the marketing department and you have to do designs basically. But even when you're in that department doing designs, you're not given the creative freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Half the time, your clients have certain specifications that you have to follow, and you're like, fuck, what am I supposed to do now? I know a better way to make it look much better, but the client wants certain fonts, and I can't do the creative, the best I can. I can't do the best I can do if I have to follow the certain fonts. So sometimes it's client requirements, but most of the time it's basically company policy where you have to follow regulation. And when you're in that situation, I would first say if your personality type is not one that is easy to be around rule following people or just be a rule follower, then no, corporate is not for you. But if you're the type that cannot stand following people who are chinchai, right? Like do all they can to get a solution, but doesn't matter the method. If you can't stand those type of people, then you should never go to startup. Because startup, you do anything and everything to get a certain result.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, which is clear because in this world there's a lot of different types of behaviors and people, behaviors in people, right? And you cannot just like one solution fit all. Because all this time I never worked in the corporate before, only until recently, and the first impression of corporation is like there's a lot of benefits and all, which immediately suit me over to the starting journey of corporation and all. However, the moment that hits that slapped me very hard is during the second meeting, after the first meeting, and I noticed that I don't know, is it because of the corporate, we can't really I see two things now. One is you need to really do your homework and research. You need to do your data. You need to do you need to do your research data enough so that you can back up what you wanted to present on the floor. Of course, you need to they're very focused on the numbers. They're very focused on the results. When I say results, it's like you propose something. You propose let's say you propose a solution for, like, let's say last month sales dropped by 10%, what we can do. And then a lot of people throw in ideas, and then who like you tender the idea, and then suddenly got picked. And then it's like, oh shit, I got picked, so how fuck now? Then and then we try to execute the idea. Then the moment we start doing, then we only notice that this idea is actually not mature yet.
Right?
It's not mature yet. I mean, we don't have the resources to do it because we still need to maintain whatever we had past month, but we still need to do these new things at the same time.
Yeah.
Plus, there's like maybe seasonal things, plus maybe company events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of factors that comes into to make this thing very rough. And then during the following month meetings, then ask why no progress, and like the cycle keep on continuous. Like, what?
Then you're like, what to do now? I'm fucked.
Yeah, I mean, like, and then it's very for me it opens my eye. It really opens my eye, and it's like this leads to a lot of people don't dare to voice out, and then the meeting constantly become like the head, like CEO, the only one who speaks.
Yeah.
And the capable person who is able to reach what he or she said, only dare to speak. So it's like, this is grim.
Yeah, that's why it's also very competitive. With that number of employees, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one who actually speaks out are usually either the cream of the crop or someone who's trying to bullshit his way to a promotion.
Yeah, I mean, if he's, I was about to say if he bullshit his way to promotion, right? He at the end of the day he might not go far, but in the corporate setting, I don't know.
Yes, actually, it has. A lot of people have succeeded, bro.
Yeah, that's
Because
why I
sometimes,
don't
right,
know. Continue.
sometimes, right, if as long as you have charisma, right, people basically a people ability, right? If you can bullshit your way in a meeting table in front of your C-suite, right, you can bullshit your underlings, like your juniors or co-workers. You can just pitch them the same idea you pitch the boss who agreed to it, and tell them to find out how to fix it. They don't have to physically do the work.
I mean,
Some
do you view that as bullshitting, or do you view that as a leadership? Because
I view that as a mix of both.
yeah,
Because yes,
okay,
you
when
are
you say,
doing leadership,
mm-hmm.
but your leadership method is unethical.
Okay, sorry, please explain, because I don't think I connect.
Okay,
Because from what I see, it's like he pitched this. Oh, okay, now I see this. Hold on, let me explain. Let's see
yeah,
whether it's clear or not. So this guy pitched an idea to the boss, and then the
yeah,
boss approved already, but he did not do
yes,
like detail, like how to do action plan at all.
nope,
So
nothing.
after the boss said yes, like you please proceed, this is like
Yes,
good result, then only he passed to his underling to do the research, the action step, and then he just like
yes.
run. Okay, now it makes sense. Now I see why it's fucked up. Because at
And
first,
if he fails, right,
uh huh,
he's not going to get blamed
because it's not
because
his.
he's got names of people he has assigned the task to, and he'll say that my difficulties were not actually me, but because of company resources and assets that we have, namely these people that who weren't able to execute their actionables.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Corporate
Yeah.
level is that's a very big move to do.
That makes sense. Now that makes sense, because when the moment where you said that, the moment you said like he presented to his boss, and then he come up to pass to his underling to do, because I thought it's like he already created the proposal and everything, with clear action steps, and what's the pros, what's the cons, what problem he's gonna face, then only pass to his underling to do. Then I said that one is actually quite fucking good. It's like you did all the fucking homework, and then but of course you might not be the one who executed. You pass to your underling to execute it. That's
Yeah.
actually very good. I think that's ideal, right?
Yeah, that's in the form of like you're the visionary and you let someone who's a practical person to execute the work. That is fine. But honestly, right, even that has a certain level of like
Limitation.
I don't know, I'm taking advantage of people. Because if you vision the whole thing, but you're not there at every step of the way, and you let everyone else do it, basically you're not even
Ah,
overseeing it, right? You're just the person who gave the plan. Then you're just like a script writer in a movie setting, you know? You write the
yeah.
script of the movie and then you pass it to the producer. But
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't work in corporate setting in any other industry. It works for script writing because no matter how the producer uses your script, it doesn't matter. You've already given the story. That's why your job is done. But for someone who's doing reviewing or proposing a proposal, execution is actually his job, no, not anyone else's job.
Okay, makes sense. Oh, because at the end of the day, let's say if he were to correct me if I'm wrong, because he was going to propose this action plans to his boss, right? His boss approved
Yeah.
it, so that means he is the one who is responsible.
Yes.
Okay.
So if
Oh,
technically
okay.
if the
Yeah.
project fails, he's supposed to take ownership for it.
Yes. Then it's actually quite fucked up if you let's say he passed to his underling, and then when he failed, he said he blamed the underling.
Yes, that's why I say it's a big
Oh,
move.
okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
People
Okay.
get fired for that and then they lose trust in believing that your colleague is a good person. That's why it's very
Ooh.
toxic environment in certain companies.
That's very similar to the what's that, a Hong Kong drama that I see. That's all show. Yeah, I
It's
get.
actually very real. It's very real. I mean, not to the extent of Hong Kong drama, lah, but like
Yeah.
it's real. Oh
Damn.
yeah, you mentioned something that was interesting. You
What?
mentioned like when you propose something in the meeting and then like it gets accepted, then like you're like fuck, you haven't done your research, and then when you're doing it, it becomes unfeasible.
Yeah.
Then while you're doing that, you have to make sure the other projects are maintained, right? That when you said other projects to be maintained, it actually painted a picture of something that happened recently to me.
Oh,
So
please do. Please
I had
explain.
an opportunity to work during these 3 months, my short semester.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to mention.
Sorry, you were cut
I'm not
off
going
just
to.
now. You were saying?
Yeah. So I got an opportunity to work for 3 months during my short
Yeah,
semester,
yeah.
but I decided not to do it. And the reason I'll tell you in a few moments. I'm not going to mention the company name, and I'm also not going to mention how I got the job. I'll just give you like a brief context.
Mm-hmm.
So the job is, you could say, a pure professor role. So you have to do 100% research.
Okay.
The problem is, or actually the scope of the job is regarding 3 outlets of the company, and they need to make an action plan within a month based on 3 outlets of the company's data.
When you say 3 outlets of company, that means it's 3 different company or one company but
So
three.
3 branches basically.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
for now, if it's just that, it's still manageable, but you have to understand it's a distribution company. A distribution company that has involvement with the supply chain, and you have to
Oh,
also manage procurement.
documents. Uh-huh.
Procurement.
What's procurement? Sorry.
Procurement is basically like, let's say Family Mart wants to get more of their melon bun, so they need to write a procurement agreement with a supplier.
Oh,
Tell them
okay.
I want
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
quantity of melon buns,
Mm-hmm.
right? So sometimes they don't have to go to a supplier. If they have their fellow branch Family Mart, they can just procure from them. That's what procurement means,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. So procurement, distribution, supply chain, all these are like big things.
I can see where the complication coming in.
So the hypothesis that I'm supposed to prove is, or the hypothesis I'm working with is, how to improve the efficiency in a new store and set a benchmark.
Mm-hmm.
So it means based on the current 3 outlets, I have to find the pros and cons, the good and bad, what needs to be changed, and what has been good and needs to be maintained from 3 aspects that I mentioned just now: distribution, procurement, and then what's the other one?
I remember these two only. Distribution, procurement, and no.
Okay, those two.
Yeah.
And I have to give them that data within 1 month.
Okay. Help me understand this thing. Is 1 month time little or much? Okay, but when you say a normal research, right? Because when we talk about research paper, from my understanding, it usually take time.
Yes.
But I never really come into like understand how much time that is needed to do a research. But I know it's like at least the more time you putting invest, the more accurate the data, the more details the data is going to be. So now that you have a time limit of 1 month, that means you're working with a time crunches, so you time limit, and plus it seems like, because I don't fully understand, it seems like the category that they require you to understand and do research, right, is very meticulous, but very in details and very all over the place.
Mhm.
Oh, am I correct? Am I understanding it correctly?
Yeah, you're about that.
Okay. So that means 1 month from based on just this information, 1 month is actually fucking tight.
Yes.
Okay, okay,
And
yeah,
it's and I can't tell you what it's
yeah,
based on,
yeah,
but
yeah.
what the company does.
Mm-hmm.
But it involves a large quantity. Their sales is large quantity.
Yeah.
So when you have large quantity and you relate it to distribution, and then yeah, the third one is actually storage.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Am I cut off? Is my internet here? Yeah. Hold on. I can't hear you.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yep, I can now.
Wait,
Good.
did you also see, or is it just me?
I have no idea whether is it me.
No, no. I think my internet died.
Okay.
Hold on, my Discord is just spinning and spinning.
They see me rolling, the hating. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 da
Restart,
da
Discord.
da 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 da. Okay. Da, 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 da. Thank you for your wait. This is welcome to Chinkat's podcast 101. I hope you guys are doing well. And shit, I don't know how to continue. I don't know how to continue. Please wait. Please wait. Call. Our operator will be with you soon. Please wait for a moment. Da 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 dum da da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Hello, welcome to Chinkats Wants to Know podcast. We are having a small technical difficulty. Please, I'm very glad that you're dropping by. Please wait a moment while we are trying to fix the issue. Thank you for your patience. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Oh, are you back?
I think I'm back. You're singing very nice, bro.
I don't know. I don't know how I sound, but it seems okay. Okay. We are back. We are talking about distribution, storage, and procurement. Actually, the procurement is the first time I heard about it, but I roughly know it's like a consignment, but it's not really a consignment because it's by its own stores, right? Own outlets.
Yeah, it's about the same.
Yeah.
It just depends on the context on who
Yep. Okay, sorry. Please continue.
Where did I leave off?
You mentioned about storage, and then
Yeah. So when you have large quantity, right, you need warehouses to
yeah,
do it.
makes sense.
And when it comes to warehousing, you have to also understand that to talk about efficiency in warehousing, you have to talk about tech and also innovation. And when you're going to set up a new branch and you want to set a benchmark for that branch, then you have to involve how it's going to correlate to your current warehouses and whether it requires additional funding to create a new warehouse to facilitate the supply chain. This is very high level discussion.
Yes.
And to get that answer, whether it's a yes or no, right? It's a very simple answer, but has a huge meaning, which requires basically the company to fund 50,000 to 100,000 units to rent the warehouse. Then the staff involving it, you have to hire more staff. It's a big, very big decision. And to make that decision, to make that suggestion in that report, requires you to crunch the data.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to crunch that data, 1 month is not enough when you have three outlets to basically go through. And yeah, what's up?
When they set a limit of 1 month, is there a reason for them to set a limit for 1 month? Because it seems like because it seems like it's a very important thing that they are doing on, but they set a limit of 1 month only. I think does not make sense to me.
Yeah, so let me explain. So the reason why I brought this topic up is, remember you mentioned that you wanted to do the new proposal, but then already.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
The company actually had multiple projects running.
Makes sense, as a company out there.
But but this proposal that they were doing, the people involved with it left the company.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So they didn't have enough resources, right? So they didn't have enough assets and resources to work on this project. So they were doing a hiring spree. But the thing is, right, their company took a blow during the flood.
Oh,
So they
okay.
don't have funding to actually, basically pay for more resources. So they were actually going to pay me as an intern. But the job scope is not an intern. It's a
Yeah.
full-time researcher role.
Yeah.
It's a full-time researcher role that actually requires 6 months minimum for this scope.
Mhm.
Sometimes you can do it faster, you can speed it up, but you need at least 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
Right? Just to collect data would take you at least 20 working days. 20 working days is
Expected.
at least a month.
That 20 working days is like the fastest, like efficient way, and then it's like no resting, no delay,
No resting, no slacking,
no
and
delay,
you
and then
basically crunch,
yeah.
right? But the problem, right, even if I was given 20 days, you know why I wouldn't have taken the job still? You know why I still declined? Because I was going to solo it.
Oh, you're gonna do
If
this
I accept,
alone?
exactly, if
How are
I
you gonna do
accepted the
it?
job, exactly,
Okay, makes
I
sense.
was going to accept the job solo, and my my major is not even a research. My major is actually more on the technical side, practical marketing, right? Even though I know research-based methodologies, that is based on it's a bachelor level knowledge. And what the research requires in the job scope is PhD level, basically case study level, right? Even though I know what it involves, doesn't mean I can actually give the result that the company wants, right? I can just take the job and say they're going to pay me anyway and then work for a few months, but I would lose my reputation.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to take the job. But the reason why I brought it up is because when you have multiple projects running, you lose employees and then you have to still work on it because they are going to open a branch anyway. Then you're kind of like
What do I do now?
pulling on straws, you just don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like a last resort for them, honestly. I wasn't really the first choice.
Okay. Oh, that
Yeah.
means okay. They actually
Because if they could,
can.
right, they should have hired a professional for it. They would have
Yeah.
hired at least someone with a 6 months to 1 year experience in this field of research.
Maybe the budget and time constraint. I don't think about the time. Is there a time? I don't see there's a time constraint here though. For now.
No, the reason why they needed the data in 1 month is because they were planning to do a launch of the next branch within the end of the year.
Oh, so if I'm able to get the yes and no, I get the answers right now. I know what can I do better for the my next branch.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I see now.
Everything, all the projects are like fucking linked. So
Yeah.
like when this project becomes critical for the next action plan, and then you're basically have to crunch the time because you're given a deadline by not your own boss, by the boss's boss. You're dealing with the shareholders already.
Yeah.
You're dealing with the
Oh,
founders and shareholders
I get what you
because
mean.
they said that we're going to open a branch and you have to do something about it.
Uh,
So,
yeah. The this I understand this already. I experienced this when I was in this company for early January, early this year, January of this year, and we were actually quite busy on a lot of things, like the ongoing projects. We actually have like lines up, streamline of things that we want to do. We are handling with IT to create like get API with other companies so that we can make our stuff more chunky, more user friendly. Then suddenly the CEO come back. CEO come back and say, we actually choose this date very good already. We just choose this date. We're going to launch an NFT project. No, we were like, we who what huh?
yeah. I fucking understand that. I fucking relate to that, man. What the?
and then it's like and then because the CEO, I mean the high level, the management level cannot say no. I mean, or rather, I don't know how they react to it. They say, oh, that's a good idea or something like that. And then when it come back to us, when we discuss about it, it's like, actually, I have no idea what they actually don't know what's going on. And then he will reach out to us, say, do we have anything to add on so that we can, like, when we do presentation, we can tell more stories and stuff like that. So it's like, I can't help you, man. You haven't sell me the idea. You want me to bring you the idea. It's more chaos. It's more chaotic than I thought it's gonna be, because I thought like corporate has like, if the top people share an idea, there's a concept, there's a intention behind the idea. But that's what I thought. That means that after he shared the idea, the intention behind the idea, and why he want to do this, then we execute. That is what I'm picturing, but that's not the case.
No, it's not.
So it's just idea because it's trending. because the metaverse is here, and then we want to ride the trend, and then now at this stage we already finish, we already have the launch and already like events coming out already, and now we don't have enough manpower to do realistic. So we just left it there. So questionable sometimes.
Yeah. You see, if you work in a startup environment, you there's two main things that are involved. How this can prevent this situation is prevented in a startup environment. In a startup environment, you're working with a lot less employees, so you're a lot close with the higher management.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, your bosses. But
Yeah.
you're usually directly involved with your founders also.
Mm-hmm.
Even big startups like Fave, you would be actually talking directly to the COO, like Chin Chow or something,
Mm-hmm.
the CTO and whatnot. You'd be very close with them, even though your boss is not them, right? The reason is because it's a very horizontal structure.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is sitting next to each other, literally in the office. Sometimes your boss's boss is right in front of you. And when you have big meetings or town halls, your bosses are the ones speaking about their intentions and plans and goals
Mhm.
and the company's future short-term, long-term, or mid-term goals.
Mhm.
So that's the first situation to avoid. First thing that startups do that to avoid this. The second thing is right. When you do proposals, right? There are the boss takes accountability. The startup, basically the founders of the startups, they take accountability for their ideas because it directly influences the valuation of their company in the early stages, which
Yeah.
affects whether they get funding or not.
Yep.
So it's fucking critical. So when they say that they want this done, right? Even if they like at first they don't say explain their reasons or intentions or anything, if they notice that the work is not getting done because of them, right, they would fix it. They would come all the way down to the lowest level and make sure everything is running.
Mhm.
If the if that type of founder is there, lah,
Mhm.
usually this is the proper mindset of a startup founder. So these two things are usually there to avoid basically the mishap of how you know overextending your ideas, lah. Basically, I would say this is an overextension because, like the founder in your case, did not properly assess the capability of the workforce,
Mhm.
and even if he did, he took it took it for granted that the company should just do it anyway because he feels this is the best for the company. It's a very selfish action, I would say, lah. But then again, this topic, I've always run this topic by other people. Some of them are actually bosses themselves,
Mhm.
and they do make a point also that
Please do, because I believe they have the reason why they want to do this. Because it's not like just anyhow. I don't believe it's like anyhow because I want to do this with no reason because I want to follow the trend. I think that is a very very fucking lame reason. I
yep,
believe there's a very strong reason behind it, so that maybe they did not the message did not convey down the chain of comments. So
yep,
the bottom one is like, what the fuck, we are doing this, but the management's like, no, like 25%. The higher management no 50%. Then the hundred
yep,
percent guy maybe did not like convey finish the whole message. So I believe that's the case. So that's why
yep.
I understand and I don't blame anyone. I just know that
Mhm. It's a problem, right?
yeah, I just know it's a problem.
Yeah. So from the flip side of the
Mhm.
situation is, let's say I paint you a scenario. Okay,
Mhm.
let's say your company is in a deficit
Mhm.
in terms of their bank
Yeah.
statements. If they're in a deficit, they can't pay off their loans, or they can't
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
their rent for the company building, and they need to recover the deficit within basically 6 months to 1 year,
Yep.
right? When they're involved in this type of deficit, usually they need to have an action plan to recover it.
Yep.
Usually, these action plans take precedence over other projects.
Mhm.
So, when the situation occurs in a bureaucratic situation,
Mhm.
right, where your structure of the company is very like a lot of different chain of commands you have to go through, right? The boss can only do one thing. He can only pass down the instruction that we are in a deficit. Okay, my solution to this is you create a new project that is to basically accelerate sales, for example. He didn't say how to accelerate sales. He didn't say the method. He just said that the objective of this new project is to accelerate sales, and it has to be done within this time frame, or not, you'll be losing a lot of money. The reason he has to do that is because he can't go all the way every level of the company to explain this, and he can't go every level of the company to find someone to do the job.
Yep.
That if he does that, it takes out his responsibility as a boss. He's the visionary. He's the one who overlooks the company. He's not the one who does the hard labor.
Yep.
That's why he hired people to do it. And it's obvious that along the way of traveling, sending the information down, some of the details will be lost. Some people will just forget the reason behind the objective. But as long as they execute the project, the result will be their company will not be in deficit.
Yes, that's the intention. That if the result came,
yes,
as expected. Yep.
Yep. And if the project fails, they lose time and energy, but the deficit is still present. So all the boss has to do is project fail, do it again, or do a new project that will fix the situation. He has to keep doing it until the deficit is gone. But you notice that if he's going to be deficit, right, he says that it's a projection. In 6 months, if you continue with this progress, then you'll be in the deficit, and you have to recover it before the 6 months happens. So it's based on projected data. So bosses and founders and co-founders, they all deal with this type of information where lower employees do not have it because it doesn't affect them. It honestly doesn't affect them. That's why
actually
the bosses couldn't care less about explaining the intention.
Yeah, and let me put it this way: it actually affect them, but not directly, not like straight directly. It affect them because if the company is not doing well, and eventually it's like funding not enough, they will eventually cut off employees at especially of the bottom levels. But I get what you mean when you say like sometimes the especially in the CEO levels, the C-suite managements, and they because they have responsibilities like not just managing and set the expectation and goals for the company, they still have other responsibilities to handle. So that's why they hire people to come and run their company, right? I mean, or at least execute the plans that they come. So, but they can't really sit down and, hey, let me talk to you about this idea of mine. If you try, imagine if they sit down and to every single employee or every single meeting and try to sell you this idea, they're not doing that. They're not doing a great job. I mean, it's good for the employees to understand, like to work with to buy your ideas and start working hard for you. But that means, but at the same time, you are neglecting your job already.
Yep.
Neglecting our responsibilities. So, yeah.
It's a tough situation. But the most that that's why it's very important to have a good. If you're in a corporate situation, it's very important to have a good HR department, so that they hire people. Yeah, human resources. So that they hire talent that actually suits the company's working style. Okay, so when they hire someone, they should be able to be confident when they give the task to him, even if he doesn't understand the situation, he should be able to do the work. Or if he's the type that needs to be able to understand the situation, they need to place him in a certain work area where he gets the information, then he is able to do the work. So it's important to distribute your tasks smart, not in a way that keeps people from not working, or makes people work reluctantly. That's inefficient. That doesn't bring out the person to work hard for the company. So I don't know. In my perspective, it's a very big picture, but certain segments of the big picture, if you focus on them, eventually you can just solve the whole problem.
What do you think that's okay? Just now you did mention about one of the solution is to have a good HR, right? One of the reason, one of the solutions to have good HR. Then besides a good HR, what do you think that a company needs to mitigate this particular issue? Or would you suggest having a good HR, hence leading to like employees that fits into the company culture, that are able to run whatever project that comes in smoothly, then already settle everything.
It's one solution. Sometimes it has to be backed with good management style. That one HR can't do anything because HR is only about finding talent.
Yeah.
So management style is also a way of bringing out your employees'
True.
basically working energy lah. But then again, there are many ways to solve this issue. The issue at hand is more about execution of tasks with limited resources. So execution of tasks with limited resources means you need to be able to hire people who can work in those type of crunch periods. And usually these people don't stay with the company for long because benefits are not good enough, or they're just not the type of people who like to work in a constricted environment. Right? That's why these days people do contracts. They hire people based on contracts to just finish one part of the problem of the company, and they don't give them full-time jobs. That's a popular way of doing it because that employee under contract doesn't have to suit the company's work style or management style. He just needs to fix the problem and then but if he's actually very good and suits the company, HR will try to poach him.
Which makes sense. It's kind of like a trial period, like like trial period for a product. Yeah,
but he has to be paid well. Even in the trial period, he has to be paid well, and he gets poached, right? He has to get paid more he has to get paid more than his contract, or at least the same.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's very expensive in the long run.
But it gets yours. Yeah, I mean, because everything you need to talk about budget, you need to talk about ROI, you need to talk about.
Yep.
So yeah, I see where this is going. Because at first I was thinking like, actually, if you're able to find someone who is able to fit your company, like culture, and able to they are willing to they have the capabilities on executing plans in your company, I think that's a huge plus to your company. So paying extra for this employee is actually a good choice. I mean, for me. How the moment I think about that, another thought came out is like budgeting.
Yep.
Budgeting, talking, because expenses is still expenses for a company. So that immediately is like slap me in the face already.
Yeah, budgeting is always a big problem for any company, whether you're small, medium, or big, corporate or startup. Like there's always been the case where someone is a very good fit for the company, super good fit, but he has so much experience that, like, let's say, he has 5 years experience, but then like you have to pay him like 6K, 7K per month. That's considered little for someone with 5 years experience.
Yeah.
But if you have to pay him that much and your company is actually cannot afford him, then unfortunate. You have to hire someone that is lower quality per se
Yeah.
for a lot lower price just to get the job done.
Yep. Which makes sense.
So,
it's quite straightforward, like black and white. Like, if we have this limited fund and then but your asking price is too high and then we cannot negotiate, then thank you for this opportunity, though.
yeah. Because interest on both sides. The potential employer has his own interest to protect. The company has their own interest to protect. So it's a dynamic situation where it's always a trial and error. So you have to keep trying on both sides.
Makes sense. Now that I really get into the corporate environment, I think I talked to you before. I already projected myself I won't be enjoying a corporate environment. I did talk to you about this, right?
Yeah, a few times.
And then before I entered this company.
Before you talk, even after you talk, you're like, I was correct.
Yeah. Did I tell you about this before? Yeah. I forget. But I remember I had this conversation with you. But I forget the whole conversation. Like roughly feel got it. So, yeah. I very clear to me. It's like no. But sometimes when you project something, right, you're imagining something, but the reality is different, which happens from time to time. I'm sure. So this time it's like what I'm projecting, because I feel like my behavior, my patterns and the does not fit the what's that, corporate company's culture. And when I join in, I actually did not come to my mind that it's a corporate, but the moment I join in, it's like, oh, actually there's 100 over employee and stuff like that. Then it's a fucking corporate. And then there's the SOPs and all. It's like it's tiring me out. And then it's like when you want to ask for, like, if I want to ask a question or ask this person to do a small task, I need to issue a ticket so that I need to send him a ticket. Only this simple task will be done. It's like, I can just go over there and the thing is just right in front of me. I can just take. Well, I need to issue a fucking ticket then only he will bring this thing to me. I cannot compute like this so many excessive move. So
Just to get something, right?
yes.
Just to get my previous company, just to get my company laptop changed, right? Because I had to do Windows testing, right?
Yeah.
I had the IT guy who does the change is next to me. My table is here. His table is here.
Yeah.
I asked, hey bro, I need to change laptop. Do you have any other laptops I can use to do, because I need to test the app? He's like, oh, can you please go to the company portal and then make a request? And I'm like, then in front of him is the storeroom. In front of him is the storeroom where you open the laptop is there. Legit, he's next to me. The storeroom is in front of him. Like, nani? And I'm like, okay. Company policy, what to do? Go and click the button.
But it makes sense in a sense. It makes sense to me because like they still need to follow SOP because they can track what is going on, like how many items going out, how many items coming in, and if I pass through this person, does he break the stuff? So I understand, but I don't want this experience. This is torturing for me. It's torturing for me. So it's like you understand, but you the heart and the left and right brain fighting each other basically. It's very interesting. So that's one thing that I noticed. So yeah, did I update you? I'm actually quitting. I already tendered my resignation letter.
So far, I didn't know.
Yeah, now I let you know. I'm going to leave next month, middle of next month.
Have you got a job already? An offer letter?
No.
Then why you tender your resignation?
All this while I've been trying to educate my superior. No, sorry, my superior is on the same page with me. He also tried to educate the higher up on the marketing. I want to ask you, what is marketing and what is sales? Is it the same thing? I think we had this discussion also before.
Yeah, we did. Marketing facilitates sales, or it's more like a booster. Like, you know, you play Valorant, right?
Yes.
Brimstone is the Steam beacon, right?
Yeah.
So marketing is the Steam beacon for.
But it's not. But marketing is like the Steam beacon cannot directly kill someone. It deals no fucking damage. It boosts your strength. So that's my understanding of marketing as well. Yeah. But when the moment I get inside, because we are required to hit a monthly, like whatever we project, right? Because of previous what we had in here. This is like what you said, we need to reach a certain target so that we can get out of deficit or something. Our growth, company growth. Mm-hmm. So the digital marketing side, the social media have to do sales as well. So we actually come up with a few good plans, which is very good. But it's labor intensive. It sets away the time from us to do marketing or creative at all. So I've been trying. The reason I come to this company is because I want to apply my knowledge in content creation. I want to apply my knowledge in editing into this company. That's why I the moment I enter, I ask my superior, I want to use my what's that my talent to in this company and see where how can I go. The moment I enter, nothing I can use.
Nothing, right?
Nothing I can use. So it's like, why am I here? And then I was trying to, even in meeting, I speak out and all. But at the end, sales numbers, ROI, how much are we putting in? How much are we getting out? The projection, do we have it? That immediately slapped me in the face. Like I don't have much data so that I can share that. Let them know. Actually, there's no data on marketing. Sorry, I don't have the data on how successful it's like if we do soft selling, if we do branding, if we do marketing. It's not on hard sales. What's it? Visuals and market their type of marketing. It's going to be beneficial the brand and the company for the long run. In the short term definitely gonna receive a blow one because less.
Yeah, it's pure cost.
Yes.
Short term is pure cost.
Yes. So I can't explain that to him because all we want at this moment is sales. So I've been trying to convey that for 4 months, and then the 5th month I was like, nah, I can't see any changes here, and I'm not willing to put in extra effort to go out and search for data, go out and just to come up with a proposal and try to sell you again. So it's like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah, but it's safer to have gotten an offer letter before you left.
Your chinket act very impulsive, you understand that?
I know. I keep telling you. I keep advising you against that.
You can't change a person.
I
that
can't,
easily.
but
Because for me, I understand that concept. It makes sense because my parents, especially my brother and my mother's like, you haven't get a job but you left already? What the fuck? It's like, I understand. I totally get it. I don't know that brain or right brain. Get it? But this portion, this another the main chinket, not the side chinket, the main chinket who is more emotional one. No, it's like you already understand that this is not what you came here for. So why are you still wasting time here? So immediately just resign. So
my father does the same, but he's a bit smart. Because he got connections, right? So he calls a few people.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm leaving soon. They're like, huh? You been with the company? So yeah, I finished my whatever I came to do. I did it. And the company not shipping you. Huh?
I think you told me before, and then I don't know whether you can share this, but I remember he told me about because someone fucks him up.
Yeah, politics.
Yeah, and then he just nope. And it's fucking cool. I remember I forget the story, but I remember he's fucking cool.
Yep.
That's so cool.
He just gave everyone the middle finger and just didn't turn up in the office. He didn't even tender his resignation.
Well, that's politics, man. Can we touch about that? It's like not touch about politics, but about politics. It's like, is politics in corporate avoidable, or is it necessary?
It's a difficult question.
Yeah, because I think I'm approaching this subject very badly because I don't understand it. So I'm trying my way to slowly ease in now. So because from my point of view, politics is shitty. It's like it's very bad. It's like only causes shitty stuff, and because of human greed, like let's say because human is always for themselves first, then only for whatever reason they are doing that for. So I always put myself first before other people. Hence I know you. If you are going to if I want to fight this position with you, I will make you drop, or I will make myself more stand out so that I can get the promotion or something like that. So is that considered politic?
That's more like human. That's like inter company personnel politics. It's like between people in the company. There's you could say strife. There's a problem in personal interest, right? On a higher level, it's like what my dad went through. On a lower level, what he said is also applicable to politics per se, lah.
Politics are very it's like a very vast
Yeah, it's a,
thingy that means
yeah. So to give a bit of
context.
a bit of knowledge on what politics means in the work environment. It revolves around interests of individuals and interests of parties. Means it could be more than one individual in a certain party that have a collective interest. Okay.
It's like it's for okay. Before we go on, so let me try to understand this first. So my interest, let's say my interest versus a group of like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 people with the same interest.
Yeah, it could be that, or it could be individual to individual, party to party. Like it can be in any form. The number of people, you just need to understand that. You need to understand that people have a certain affiliation. Okay, like example, if you play an MMORPG, say my guild is this guild.
Yep.
So like as long as you're in that guild, you have certain interests that align with the guild members.
Yep.
So when another guild comes into the picture, their interests automatically are not aligned with you because they're not part of the guild.
Yep.
Right? Let's say you want to go for hunting resources in a certain dungeon, for example. And if both of you arrive at the same dungeon, you're 2 different guilds. Even if your friend is there, you're 2 different guilds and you're fighting for your own interests. So that's when a fight happens. I didn't study political science, but in political science, you would learn the bigger picture of things when it comes to politics, where it revolves around the interests of individuals and organizations and how they conflict with each other. And then there is the restoration part or mediation part of how to basically make sure both parties get their interests or how they burn bridges between each other and then they just lose any allies or any friends in that situation.
Is it possible? I mean, from what just now what you said, right? My understanding is like that. So there's a chance for these 2 parties able to like share same interest. Oh, actually,
or they could just become enemies for life. Yeah.
I never actually touched this subject before because since small, my parents actually like forbid us from touching politics. So this is actually very new to me, and then it's because like as everything new to Chinke is I want to know more. Yes, it's part of small interest. I think the next thing I want to find out is maybe find a person who knows about political science, and then I want to ask him or her about this every day.
Political science is very interesting, but it revolves around a lot of history learning and a lot of background research. You have to know individuals' backgrounds thoroughly, and you also need to know organizations' backgrounds thoroughly. Political science is very important when it comes to mediation, especially. So let's say you want to be a representative for certain organizations or companies, then you need PR training, yes, but you need political science to be politically correct in the situation so that you don't lose the interest of the organization you're representing. So
it's an important job as well, because you are the face of the company.
Yes, you're the face of the company. So that's just the general meaning of politics. It all revolves around the personal interest of either a person or an organization. In the work environment, I wouldn't say it's simple, because in my terms, simple is basically the interest of me against my neighbor. That's like the lowest level for me. For example, my tree is extending over the fence of my neighbor. Then the neighbor fights me for it. It's against my interest. The third person who's viewing the situation would say that they have a problem. The fourth person who's viewing the situation would say, see, I don't like politics.
yeah. Thank you for painting a
right?
picture, but I see it now.
You see it, right? It's a
Yeah.
fucking low level situation, but it gets us moving on understanding. It's just a simple like tree over the fence. But in the work environment, it revolves around financials, also promotions and whatnot.
Hmm.
But there is also a much bigger picture to paint, which is your interest aligned with the company or is your interest not aligned with the company?
Is
For
it just
example,
selfish reasons that my personal gain instead of for the okay?
yep, exactly. For example, this has happened a lot. You are a PwC accountant. You
Sorry,
want to
what's
go
a
to
PwC? Private
PwC is no. PwC is
the company name?
yeah, it's one of the big four
Okay, Big Four. I
accounting
understand.
firms.
Okay, continue.
So let's say a PwC accountant goes to what's the other what's name another big four?
Deloitte.
Deloitte. Let's say a PwC accountant goes to its competitor, which is Deloitte, right? That means he has betrayed the interest of the company for a better company, right?
When you say go over,
Or
it's leave the company and go to.
yeah, he got poached by Deloitte.
Okay, yep.
So in that type of situation, of course, everyone would call that person betrayer. They would call him like you are jumping,
Jumping.
jumping ship, basically.
Mhm.
But in a bigger perspective, the company's interest of PwC, is it retained or is he gonna leave any loose ends? For example, let's say he was in a project that is also leaving PwC to go for Deloitte. Let's say,
Hold on. I'm trying to digest. Yeah, he's in the project to leave PwC to Deloitte. Sorry, the last part I don't understand.
okay, let's say you're Nestle.
Yeah.
Nestle is doing its financials with PwC.
Mm-hmm.
The person in charge is, let's say,
CK. Well,
Chinket,
yeah.
okay? CK.
Mm-hmm.
You're the accountant with PwC handling this project.
Yes, PwC Chinka. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Deloitte comes over to you and
Mm-hmm.
says, if you can convince Nestle to come to us, we will give you a 50% bonus
Okay.
and 20% increment, and
Okay.
you will have
Okay.
your own office and you have company car, and
Mm-hmm.
he'll give you a loan for your house.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, now I've pictured it. Yep.
So he convinces Nestle, Chinket convinces Nestle to leave PwC for Deloitte under better terms that Deloitte is giving to them. And he also becomes the project manager for that under Deloitte and basically betrays PwC for Deloitte. This is a very real situation and it is also part of politics.
I don't think I understand politics enough to know why this is under politics.
So
Because
it's revolving around three big companies. So all three of their interests are supposed to be in line, but one person wants the bigger chunk.
but if that case, doesn't Deloitte should not offer this to Chingat?
Nestle.
No, to Chingat so that Chingat will convince Nestle to bring to Deloitte, ma. Isn't
Mhm.
so that's why you say this is a three uh
Yeah, so
involve. Yes.
PwC, Deloitte, and then Nestle. These are
Yeah.
the big three companies
Yep.
involved. You are just a pawn in the situation.
Yep. So
Yeah,
basically, it's a fight between PwC and Deloitte lah, from what I can see.
yeah,
And then
exactly.
because Chingat is holding the power of like Nestle in a sense because Nestle is under me, and
Mhm.
Deloitte obviously want this customer.
Yeah,
But it's not an ethical thing to do to just
it's
correct,
not.
but it happens, is it?
It happens.
Okay, so that's why. Okay, yep, I see. Okay,
So that's
Chingat.
why I started off the topic by saying if you were to have left PwC, or an accountant left PwC, and the people say that you are going to Deloitte, you're betraying PwC.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not good. You're going from one accounting firm to another. You have to understand that is he doing that because of company interest? Is he betraying the company interest, or is he just going for personal interest?
Yeah. If let's say for personal interest, from my example is like, I don't like the culture in, let's say for PwC,
Yes.
then I choose to resign, I cut ties, and then I jump over.
Yes.
That one is personal interest, which sorry. That
Yeah, it's personal interest.
personal interest. But if that case, it's the same for personal interest, right? It's the same thing as because the law offer me good
No,
thing.
no, no,
Oh,
no,
is it
no,
not?
no. Why would you leave PwC for Deloitte if it's because of company culture? Because that is under the assumption that you don't have a
Offer.
offer from Deloitte.
No, no. Okay. What?
Okay.
Because what I want to say.
If you,
Sorry. Go.
no, you go first.
No, because what I'm trying to understand like personal interest, like the current this word personal interest, because like I think I got confused with that word. So my Chinket is under PwC, and I have Nestle currently, and then because I got better offer, I got a very huge fucking offer, huge deal that can change my fucking life. That is personal interest, man, not me.
No, because if the requirement for Deloitte to accept you is to bring Nestle, then that is not. Then that becomes Deloitte's interest.
Deloitte's. Okay, okay, yeah, I'm on the
Yeah.
same page. Okay, good. Sorry.
Because if the other example is you leave PwC because you don't like the culture,
Yeah,
but if you leave PwC because you don't like the culture, you cannot bring over your clients.
yeah, that one makes sense. Because
Yeah.
it's PwC being your client. Sorry, yeah, it's PwC being
Yes.
your client.
Now, all that would happen is they will send a different project manager to take over the project, and you would leave with Deloitte.
Yep. That
That
one
is fine.
that one is from I mean it's for me it's understandable lah. It's like you already leave the
Yes.
company ma. You help this company PwC company's client. Does that make
Yep.
sense? You just bring it over. Yeah, okay.
Yes. But in a personal interest perspective, it's not political
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't revolve around multiple parties or groups of it doesn't revolve around entities who are big enough to make a problem out of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you as an individual
Yeah.
seeking out your own preferences.
Yep.
That is not politics. That is just
Yeah.
personal interest.
Yeah.
But the other example was a political situation where it involves a huge organization's interest, and it also revolves
Yeah.
around a bigger picture where you don't know the history behind Deloitte or PwC, or you don't know how much money Nestle is actually paying for their financials to be done. It could be a fucking multi-million-dollar contract that PwC has, but just because of one word from Deloitte to you that big contract went to Deloitte instead. The amount of
Then
money Deloitte makes instead of PwC is a fucking big
yeah.
problem.
Yeah. That's why
That
it's
becomes a political problem.
how are they gonna
That
settle
is
this if they case? And that's
no,
gonna
they
be
usually don't. They usually go to court.
yeah, because
Usually, the
what
ticket in that situation will be fucking lawsuit, bro.
right. That's what I'm
Yeah.
picturing. It's like because it's fucking unethical. I don't know. It's not. It's I don't know whether it's under. I didn't study a law, but I think that it's not abiding the law that you just silently correct
Yeah,
people.
no.
Yeah.
If you usually sign an NDA, what non-disclosure agreement, and
Yeah.
also you sign another agreement where you cannot bring out any company information or company documents,
Yeah.
which selling out PwC's client is also one problem.
Yeah. So
But there are
that
some ways to go around it. You never know, bro.
like
It has happened in history.
yeah. Let's not dive into that. I think that that's whew, enough that topic for me. I think it's a good starter for me to understand what politics are because I never really had this conversation with for politics. Sorry, we are talking about company politics in a conversation before. So, whew, interesting.
My dad has been through both company politics and actual like Barisan National and other
Oh,
Malaysian political groups causing him problems.
I don't think you want to share it here.
I think I've told you, but I don't think it's
I
a good idea to give out names.
Yeah, let's not go into that. That's not, maybe privately we can just talk about them, but not recording lah. So ladies and gentlemen, you can't hear this. Just you gotta skip this. We're gonna skip this. So bring this out of here, out of cooperation and all. Oh yeah, I remember this. I think I asked you before about bearded Deku. Suddenly change our topic. This come to anime already. Yeah, suddenly change our topic because I've been wanting to ask you about this. Your bearded Deku. I asked you before, and I remember you told me something, but I don't recall. And I remember because your previous Discord picture. Let me. Your previous Discord picture is supposed to be a bearded Deku, but now gone already. Now it's because
you have it, is it?
now it's become what? I can't see.
Now it's a buff Deku.
Buff. How is it buff? It's like was.
A swimmer body lah.
Okay.
Still, he looks cool though.
Is it? Okay.
This one Zion did, you know.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a full picture so that I can have a look?
Wait, let me look.
Okay. While you're looking, right? What is it about Deku that captivated you so much? It's like, is it because he's
actually
an underdog, and then it's like because it's the protagonist who grind from zero to where he stands?
Actually no, it's a lot simpler than that.
Oh,
I just want what he has.
the
He
power.
had no, not power.
Go on.
He had the grind in him. When he didn't have a quirk, right? Before All Might gave him, even after the doctor told him that he will be quirkless, right? He will not be able to have powers. He should not become a hero. Despite all that, he persevered and still wanted to be a hero. I want basically that quality. That's the quality of him that I basically envy.
Let me put it this way. That is the quality that you are striving for.
Yeah.
Striving for. I won't encourage you using envy here because envy is like you see but you don't want, you are not, you just, oh, it's good to have. But I feel like you are more towards like, I'm working towards that. I don't know how, I don't know what's the way, I don't know my action plan. I'm quite blur, but I'm still working towards it. That's how I feel. The energy I pick up from you. Okay, please continue. So that's all. But I think that one itself is actually a very huge reason that why you would like a character. But you said there's more. Go on.
More in the sense that began my infatuation for Deku. So the more powerful he became through his struggles, made me more of a fan for him. And I'm a person who prefers a beard. I love beard. I've never actually fully shaven without a reason, you know, like itchy skin or something. But other than that, I've always had a beard, and I love men who have beard also.
Then you don't love me, huh?
Hey, I've always told you that I love you.
No, you see, I already like minus 5 points because you don't have beard.
No. It's like this, you know. It's like you were at -5 affection level.
Yeah. Like debuff, you know. Like every time you see GK, don't have beard again. -5 affection. I'm playing on a what's it, handicap, you know? What the fuck?
Yeah, but it shows how good you are, bro. Despite that handicap, you still fucking 1000 affection level.
Let's go. Yeah, continue. You said you like the bearded person.
Yeah, so I just put two together. I love Deku. I love beard, so I wanted to see Deku with a beard.
Okay, let me ask you, when you say you love, actually, because I never really grew up, because I think it's because of genes that Chinese can't really grow a very nice beard. But I see those old Chinese movie, right? They can grow like beard, like, you know, the Sifu can do this, right?
Very long,
yeah. I was thinking I want like something like that. Yeah. Oh, actually, that's if I can grow something like that, I'm so fucking happy. I was thinking I want to grow something like, you know, the Western, because I see that, very Chang'e one, right? Sorry, not Chang'e.
The Wolverine one is it?
Yeah. Because I was picturing that. Because I want that. So when I grow out, right, it's like rumput. It's like wild grass. And then like my that when I was working in this what's that what do you call that again? My previous company, Sweat Image International, image consultant. Image consultant, they really care about their image, right? See me go out here like that. So what the fuck are you doing, bro? Shave it off, keep it clean. I was like, I understand, but it's a small thing that I like. I don't have it. Why I don't have? So I always envy like people who is able to grow a beard, mustache. My one is like, meh.
Sometimes you have it or you don't have it, but it is what it is.
You know, I heard this thing from my dad. I think it's my dad. My dad said if you want to grow a beard or mustache, right, just every night you go sapu, I said alcohol on your mustache and beard. I mean I just hear it because I have no idea how that works. So it's just based.
The proven method is you just continuously shave.
So shave until it automatically grows more.
Okay. Yeah, my friend did that for his chest hair. Oh no, more like my brother's friend did that for his chest hair when he was young. He saw his dad got a lot of chest hair and back hair, and he's like, oh, I want that also. So then his dad said, oh, then you just peel the hair. So what he did was he used to take like cellophane tape.
Cellophane tape enough strong, man?
When he was a kid, when he grew older, he got the patch, wax patch. And then next week, right, all the hair come off.
What? That's fast.
Okay, but next week, but over time it became a lot.
Interesting. I mean, people's interest in stuff is very, very weird. But weird is good because you have a goal in life, in the sense. even weird goals is also a goal, right?
True.
Oh yeah,
speaking of, the chest hair thing is a bit weird though.
That's why I say it's weird. But I who am I to judge? Because things that I want also, if I put in different perspective, was also quite weird, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to travel around Malaysia with a bike. It's not normal people want to do, right?
You still did it. That was fun.
I have not done it yet, but I wanted to. No, I have not done.
I remember at Sweetling's birthday, you told me you were going to do.
I was going to do, but I don't have the financial to do it. I haven't bought a bike. I already have the license. That time I don't have a license. I get a license. Then I am envisioning myself with. I didn't plan that far ahead because I was envisioning myself able to find myself like a bike and then just go for it. But I'm picturing right now with my current state, I think not in the near future. Not in the near future, but
retirement plan lah.
No, it's not gonna be retirement. At 5 years from now, minimum 5 years from now. Sorry, maximum 5 to 10 years from now. Because because you want to go around all Malaysia with bike, right? You need physical. And if like retirement plan, I don't think I can. I want to do it. I don't know yet because
my dad's friend. My dad's friend is like 50 something, 60 something. He rode around from Selangor to Thailand, come back. It's like a 1 week trip. Mm-hmm. He had a lot of fun doing it and got these expensive bikes for it. Right, so he went with a gang. He went with one gang, all going one line.
So that's actually what a lot of people ask me to do that as well. You should actually join a group of people and do it in a group.
It's safer that way also.
Yes, I mean because I'm measuring the pros and cons. I'm measuring the pros and cons, like being in the group and going solo. Then maybe I don't go. Let's go through it. Going in the group is definitely safer, and then they know what the fuck they're doing. They can like if anything happens, they can take care of you. They also can take care of them. It's like a community. They know what the shit they're going. They have not behavior. What's that? The ritual, not ritual. Behaviors. Culture. Yeah, I think the culture is better. The better word. There's a culture for it. And going solo, however, going solo is much more free. It's much more free because if you're going with the community, going with the big bar of people, right? today we decide to go to here, and then like, if you suddenly say don't want, I'm out. You cannot. I mean, you can just fuck off the team and go, but the group of people might, different point of view already, ma.
You are reminding me of something. Wait, let me Google it.
Yeah, please
You
do.
reminded me of something.
I have no idea why I reminded you all, but I still prefer solo travel. Sorry, I will still prefer solo travel. So I don't want to be in a group, or at least one or two person that we share the same interests. Then we go. So there's that, and I'm waiting for you to search. Oh, by the way, have you been to anime convention, anime fiesta?
I went for a few. I saw you went recently. What?
Yeah. Fuck it.
How was it?
I was like a child, man. I'm fucking happy. I took picture with so many cosplayers. You know. I actually get the day before. I was like, I'm going to go take picture with. I mean, I want to. Actually, it's quite vague at first because I'm thinking like, what I'm going to go there for. I actually have no expectation. I just go there to maybe CC look on it. And suddenly I thought like, last time I go, my first what's that, comic fiesta in KLCC. I remember. I very shy. My first picture I took is with the Grim Reaper, a black dress Grim Reaper, and then I was like, I'm very shy. Can I take picture? And then since then I started to like want to take picture with more people, with more cosplayer. So I was thinking, they are giving me a lot of happiness, like a lot of joy for taking picture with them. Like very beautiful, very handsome, very charming cosplayer. They already put effort into that, right? So I was thinking, I want to give them something back. So I bought 3 bags of candies, and I stuff it in my bag. Whenever I take picture with them, I give them candies.
Bro, you want to support them? Don't support them by giving them candy, bro. Buy their fucking pictures, bro.
No. Walking around one, not the booth one. Not the booth one.
Not the booth one.
Not the booth one. The booth one, I know that the merchandise and all. And people will support them at all.
Yeah,
when I'm going around. When people going around at all, people going around, they are out for photo taking and stuff, right? Selfie and all, right? So that's what I do.
Bro, I thought you were like, you didn't know about the merchandise, so but you still wanted to support them, so you give them candy. I was like, what the fuck, Halloween?
Okay. No, how about let me put it this way, because I don't want to. I want to support them in a way, but maybe if they have a Patreon, I will support their Patreon, because I don't want their merchandise. I don't find value in keeping a lot of like I don't know, their collectibles, their photo shoot, their keychains and all like that. The only thing I get from there is this one, the cap, and then a D&D dice. A D&D dice, because I just walked through. It's like, hey, why got this? Oh, it's a D&D dice, or then?
Wait, is it D10 or D8 or D4?
I don't know. Let me share.
D6.
Let me see anything. I have no idea.
Oh, is it D12? Yeah, it's 12.
So
it's 12-sided.
Yeah, so it's not 20. You got a 20, eh? Until 20, eh?
It's diamond, right? Diamond shape.
The last one, is it?
No, one of it.
Shit. I don't know how you can see this. Okay, this one is there's D20.
It has 1 to 20, is it?
1 to 20. What? Yeah, 1 to 20.
Oh, means you have from D2 all the way to D20, is it?
D4. Alright.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is it?
1, 2, 3, 4. Eh? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and normal dice.
Okay.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
What's this?
Then you have next to 12, right?
Yeah. And then this one's very weird. This one is like in the tens to 10 to 100. This one.
Oh, this one is a different one. The one they do for ability check.
I think the D&D that I play is very beginner friendly. So it's like a lot of things that we didn't include yet.
Wait, that was a 0 to 8 dice, is it? The
This one?
circular one.
There's a circular one.
No,
The
they're just before that.
this one?
No.
No.
It's the other finger. The other finger. No. Your other hand. You're
This one
holding
is
on the
20.
second.
This one is 20.
Wait, I just saw like spherical dice. Yeah. Is that 0 to 8?
9.
Oh, 0 to 9.
Yeah, 0 to 9.
So it's a D10 lah.
No idea. 0 to 9. That means D10, is it?
I mean, technically it's D9 lah, but then like it's 10 digits.
Okay.
That's actually damn cool. How much was it?
20.
20 ringgit.
Yeah, I think it's cheap lah.
It's actually cheap, yeah.
Yeah, because I was picturing, because I was very reluctant to step in the store, but I just want to ask because I'm fucking curious. The curiosity got me. So I was like, how much is this? And then before I asked how much is this, he was asking, I'm very new because I'm introducing myself as a very new player, D&D player. I'm very, very interested in getting on my own dice. And then he's like, oh yeah. It's like very friendly, but he don't know how to explain shit. So he's like, he's trying to, so what color you want? Because I'm trying to understand like why people very like fancy like want their own personal dice, and why you cannot just get a white color, black color dice and enough already. Because it's practical for me. It makes sense to me. And then eventually he said, no, it's just actually personal preference. So you're paying for your personal preference, which I understand. It's like maybe white
Like
card.
custom keyboards are.
Yes. So it's like my custom fighting stick like that lah. So
Yep,
it makes
exactly.
sense. It makes sense. It still get the job done, but with a personal touch to it lah. It brings characteristics and all. Maybe you have a team like all fire, all red color one. Then you want red color dice as well, so just to play with the team, something like that. So eventually he bring up this dice, and then he give me a few to choose. I also don't know what to choose, and then I like act like I know what I'm doing. This one, this one. I think I want to go with this because of my character. And then I was sweating when I asked for the price, because I really don't know how much it's gonna cost, because he did not put any price tag there, and then he said $20. Like, oh, okay.
Take my money.
It's really cheaper than I expected, because I was expecting maybe $80 or $90 like that lah. Then I was like, if really that, then I see whether my see whether my ego want to pay for it or not. Because
Bro, you still got ego, is it? You fucking
sure go on because it's kind of like do I want to, because it's my curiosity, do I want to go on feed my curiosity because I wanted this, because at the end I wanted this thing ma. So is it no matter what's the price, I'm gonna get it, or whatever lah. So eventually it's like $20. Okay. It's destroy every worry that I have and take my money. Oh yeah,
To answer your question, I have been to anime conventions, but I've stopped going since 2019.
The reason being of COVID?
No, 2019, 2020, I could still go. But the reason I didn't go is because I already went to a lot of them. I went to Animataki, I went to Comic Festa, I went to 2 different Comic Festas, I even volunteered. I went for different game launches, Pokemon Sun and Moon. I volunteers for.
Oh, so basically you kind of like every time you constantly go to all this. Oh, okay. So why stop? Why stop?
I didn't have enough friends to go with. So I felt lonely whenever I go because I was volunteering solo and I had to make new friends. Then when the next event came, I was making new friends again. So when you keep doing that, right, you don't retain your friendship. You're just making a lot more, but then they become acquaintances, and it's very hard to maintain contact with them because they're all in their own bubble. So
I get what I mean.
Yeah, potong steam ah.
Yeah, because when I was there, I was alone. But that does not stop me from taking picture and having fun now. So
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
yeah, that's fine. However, still, like after going one round already, right? I met my friend, say hello, take a picture, and but that's about it.
Mhm,
That's about it. And then it's like, okay, I reached my objective for today. Maybe
mhm.
it's either I go eat and then come back and have more pictures, just hunt for more cute and handsome cosplayers so that I get the picture with, or I just go home. So I choose to go home. So, oh yeah, the reason I bring out this is because the next one in Paradigm, May don't know 12 to 19, I think 12 to 16 or some shit like that. I'll be going, and I want to cos. I want to cos. I want
No, of
to
course.
yeah, I want to cos. I want to try cosplaying, and I let you guess what character I'm cosing. Yeah, 3 tries.
Yeah.
Just out of the blind.
Any hint? Any hint?
It's a male, of course. It's not cross dressing. It's not what. It's male.
Okay.
That's
Is
your
it a
first hint.
game?
It's from a game. That's hint two.
Have you played it recently?
Recent. We haven't played any game recently.
No, no, not me. Have you played it recently?
Yes, 3.
Yoru.
No.
It's in Valorant, right?
And that's all. I think that's the only choice for you. Is it? Yeah, he's in Valorant.
I was gonna say Elden Ring, but then like there's not really a proper character in Elden Ring you can
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
cosplay.
yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, it's not your Breach is very hard to cosplay, so I don't think you'll cosplay. The
Yeah.
easiest low cost cosplay you can do for a male, it's either Phoenix or Chamber, honestly.
What?
But yeah, Phoenix or Chamber is the easiest to do cosplay.
Oh yeah. No, not Phoenix.
Phoenix is just jacket, bro. Biker jacket.
Oh yeah. Huh. You're right.
Just
You're right.
biker jacket and then sports pants. But
And then,
more like a jeans-ish one.
but Chamberlain.
And Chamber fucking suit pant classes, bro. I
Oh,
thought you were
I forget. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Chamber is much more easy because you have the wardrobe for it. You just need to find the color combination.
Okay, both of them wrong. It's 3 tries
Wrong,
got it. I'm gonna go for
The
Brimstone.
fuck? Because of the hat you have, is
No, no, no.
it?
This is not the hat. This is not the hat. This is not the
Yeah,
hat.
okay.
This is not the hat.
Because when you said Brimstone, like, this hat actually is actually similar to his captain hat.
Not exactly, but yeah, I see the point. I see the point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go as I want to try to cos as Brimstone, and then yesterday I actually have I managed to bring this lady who is very into Genshin recently to go to this May this event anime event at Paradigm One at May. Because she never went to it, she expressed like so many Genshin characters. She's very hyped. I was like, come, we go together, we go take picture. And then she's like very hyped. And then I say, I asked the question of, are you interested in cosplay? And at first she's like kind of rejected. She says she's a bit over there. And then like there's all Siu Mei play one, small kid play one. I was like, no. I thought I really assured her that it's not the case. There's a lot of like from different age range to play. So she kind of like, okay. And then she's currently trying to decide which character she's gonna go for. So it's like, oh, nice.
In the May event is which one?
At Paradigm. If I'm not wrong, it's Anime Fiesta as well.
Anime Fiesta?
Hold on. Let me search for it. I send it to you later.
Because May, June is usually Anime,
Anime Fiesta.
Anime Fiesta. Who's the sponsor?
I don't know. Hold on.
Usually in their banner got one.
I sent to you via Messenger. Facebook Messenger.
Okay. Oh, Comic Festa is organizing.
Yeah. No, that. So I was planning to go there because and then I was I was always wanting to try cosplaying. Because when I go there, right, I feel like it's like everyone with their how can I put this in not really flowery way? It's like everyone with their passion that go there, that really put a lot of effort just to dress up to be their character. There's a lot of effort, it's not logical in the sense. It's not logical. You can only say it's because of passion they put so much effort and love into their craft to display their character, be their character that they love. So that makes me very excited to be there. Like the energy is very positive for me. I really, really love it. So it's like I also want to try. I also want to feel what they feel. And so I was thinking of what character I like, The first character that comes to my mind, because recently I watched Arcane.
Oh, okay.
And then I was I really love the character Y. And I was thinking of wanting to be the male version of Y, so I can cosplay Y. And I look at my tummy, and I was like, nah, I'm going to destroy the image of Y. So I was like,
Dude, it doesn't matter if you have a tummy about.
I feel like it's kind of like disrespect to the character.
So I've seen a Kirito cosplayer,
Yes,
Kirito from Sword Art Online.
Yes.
He's a fucking tall guy, but he's fat.
Yes, I
But
saw.
he pulled it off.
He put it off.
He pulled it off.
I don't know, man.
It's confidence, bro. It's only confidence.
Then I only can say I'm not confident to pull that off, lah. Okay, because I never done cosplay before, and I really really wanted to, like, respect the character for me, because I have nothing. I have zero knowledge and everything, so I wanted to play a character that's similar to my body build, and then once I'm picturing down the road, maybe I have like enough, small kind of experience already, because I'm going to build my own prop, like the shoulder patch, the chest piece, the
iPad also.
Yeah, the iPad also. I might not. Definitely, I don't think I can make it pop up and do stuff, maybe not even LED, so it's just like the model only. So after that, and see maybe what can I do about that, because it's crafting. It's like working on something. It's very cool, and I wanted to try at least once in my life. So yeah, that's that. And oh yeah, are you going? Do you want to go this May? But I don't think you can though.
Me, I'm not free, bro.
Yeah, I don't think you can. You busy with your life and stuff. Like, 1-2 day cannot, meh?
Raya is like first week of May, and after Raya, I'm busy for the next week. So I only can go if it's on the third week, but then it's clashing.
Sad. Then never mind. At least I asked. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you see, he rejected me. This bastard rejected me. It makes sense. It makes sense. Understandable. Don't have to explain. Chinket understand. Chinket will remember this. RPG, RPG. The likability minus 15.
So much. 5 words. 15 more.
And then let's leave it there. Okay, hold on. I actually writing down a lot of stuff, that I want to ask you, but I think just go with the flow. I asked you also a lot of things already. Which is good. I prefer this flow. I don't have to follow the whatever question that I had there.
I'm actually curious what other questions you have.
You want me to send to you?
Just read it out loud. What you want to send it?
The first thing that comes to my mind is like Indian food. I mean, I asked you about it when you're in India, right? We even FaceTime about it. And then I actually keep track. I actually wanted to write down a list of food that I wanted to try. Because I have, as I recall, right, I did not really try a lot of food in my life. As adventurous as I am, I never really tried a lot of food in my life. Because my view of the world is getting bigger, right? I grew more. Then I noticed that there's a lot of things I don't know. There's a lot of culture that I never have step into and get to know yet. So my my view is getting larger, so I noticed that hey, I haven't tried this culture punya food. I haven't tried this my friends, my close buddy punya culture punya food. So I wanted to try. I wanted to know. I want to understand that culture as well. So hence that's why I asked you about the Indian foods and all. Because the closest Indian food I ate is none.
Bro, you always have roti canai, what?
No, I didn't always have. I would choose none over roti canai. But okay, I understand.
Roti canai is also Indian.
Yeah. So, oh yeah. Then the next thing is like, I asked you about passion interesting in India. All those out. Would you do cosplay?
Would I do cosplay?
Have you done cosplay before?
No, I have not done cosplay.
Would
before.
you do
Would
cosplay?
I do? No. I would be the manager of a cosplayer.
Which makes sense. That fits you so much.
Yes.
But were you though?
It just huh?
Like out of interest, out of like one time thingy, would you go? Would you try?
Cosplay?
Mm-hmm.
If someone is going to prepare the costume for me. Personally, I don't like handcrafting my stuff.
That's a shame.
I don't have a good dexterity, bro.
I don't think I have as well. You see, everything I do is very careless one. But I still want to try. That's why you see different perspective. Huh?
Your hanger is not nice also, I still remember.
Where's the hanger?
I don't know.
What hanger?
I remember when I slept in your room,
yeah.
The fucking hanger keep breaking and falling.
Oh, there's not hanger, the cloth. I get what I mean. What do you call that? Cloth rack?
Cloth stand.
Cloth rack or whatever it is.
Your way of fixing it is so that it will break the next time, you know? And then you leave your suit there somehow.
No, the reason I fix it there because I know it's going to break either way. Because Oh no! The reason I fixed it that way because I know it's going to break either way because the supporting already gone. So I was like anyhow for some. So it makes sense, right? Okay, next. Your love for Deku, you already say that. Anime, yeah. We do cosplay, yeah. What's the last anime that you got into? Assuming that you have the time.
The last anime I got into. What was it?
You asked me. My last anime I'm still watching right now is Komi show. What's that?
I read the Komi-san, is it?
Yeah,
I read the manga.
Cannot communicate punya. I think I prefer the manga version over the anime version.
Yeah, the manga version is a lot.
Yeah, the anime version I don't know. I find it hard to consume. I love it. So I like it. Still, I like it. It's very beautiful, drawn and all. Very beautiful animated. But I find it hard to digest sometimes. Yeah.
The last anime I watched is The Irregular at Magic High School.
Irregular Magic High School.
The Irregular at Magic High School.
Let me see. Irregular at Magic High School. Oh, okay. The main protagonist is very powerful one. Yeah.
Yep. He's a siscon also.
Yeah, and the sister also broke one. Incest. Okay, and then which anime that you grew up with that is you're very fond?
Rave Master.
I never watched Rave Master.
Rave Master and Samurai X.
Hey, do you have Netflix?
Yeah, I do.
Do you watch Rurouni Kenshin?
The live action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched all of it.
All of it. Oh, I tell you.
Fucking epic, bro.
Oh. I spent
It's actually a good representation of the anime. I liked it a lot.
It is. Okay, how about I put this? Because when I first watched Rurouni Kenshin, Samurai X, right? When I was a child, I have no idea what the fight is going on. I know it's fucking bloody, like blood come out, people slash each other and stuff like that. But now I watch the live action, right? Then it's like, damn, I understand the story because I watched that as a child. Then a lot of things click because I didn't watch every episode. So it's like halfway here, halfway there, and then suddenly got bandage guy who is spitting fire. So I don't understand. But now it's like I appreciate it a lot. I love it a lot.
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
Yeah. The live action also put a very historical touch that I love the most. Because like you notice the sceneries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how everyone is dressed, and then the
Mhm.
ships that come in and
Mm-hmm.
everything. It fucking gives you like hair rising shivers, and
Yeah.
when they add the soundtracks, it becomes so fucking complete, The
Mm-hmm.
anime didn't have that touch because it was fucking old school drawings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the anime was a bit old school when they were presenting it. But it was fun to see the fight scenes and everything.
Yep.
But the live action, bro.
Oh, I tell you, I love it. I fell in love. That's why I've been trying. I've been trying to get my friends to watch it. I've been trying to get people to watch it. That's damn. I love it. Oh yeah. Speaking of like anime that I watched growing up is Pokemon. Actually, Pokemon, Digimon.
I mean, I did watch those. Even Naruto was in the list, but like the
Naruto, I
one
did
that
not actually.
actually,
Na-
for me, TV7 and TV9 had
got
Naruto.
Naruto, man?
Yeah, but it was at morning.
I think I did not watch in the morning. I usually watch like at night, like 7 or like after school thingy. Makes sense. Then I only started watching my Naruto when I was in after school. Sorry, after high school during college period. No, sorry, not college period. When I was out of high school, I started working as an admin as a while. Then I started watching Naruto. And then sorry, Bleach first, then Naruto.
Yeah.
And then I remember the first time I watched Bleach, I was watching it in English dub version, and then I was like, it feels fucking weird, but I need to understand. At least I can understand. Then eventually, I find that I from Bleach, during Bleach time, I tried from dub to just sub only, and then I find it actually I enjoyed it. It opens a new perspective for me, and then I love it a lot. So since then, I just go with sub.
Okay, I sent you a few animes that I watched when I was small.
When you were small, can share to the viewer.
Yeah, I type it down and I read it out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who's your anime character crush?
Character crush.
Yeah. I'm so thinking. Soifong. Not Soifong. There's not Soifong. Yuriichi. Bleach.
Bruh,
Yuriichi.
you have good taste. I approve.
Yuriichi.
Wait, I'm finding my crush's name. I forgot her name. Ellie,
Ellie from who? From where?
Rave Master. She is also Yoroichi, but
What?
just white skin.
Let's see. Rave Master Ellie.
Eli.
Okay. Rave Master is the author of Fairy Tail.
Yep.
Yeah, the art
Rave
style.
Master came out before Fairy Tail.
Yeah, Rave Master first. Rave Master first.
And it's the same universe.
I think I remember I was binge reading the manga, and then I saw like because I finished Fairy Tail, I was still chasing and then I go search for the author, and then it's like got Rave Master. I think I got finished, but it didn't have much impact to me compared to Fairy Tail because I read Fairy Tail first, so I was like.
I was watching Rave Master when I was like 8 years old, 7.
Then that obviously made a huge impact to you lah. Like,
it's a fucking good anime, but the anime stopped, then the manga didn't finish also.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why I did not have like huge impression of that.
Yeah.
What's the reason he stopped? What do you know?
Don't know. Oh yeah, one more fucking good anime.
What?
Oh,
I remember Shaman King.
Shaman King, not my type.
I actually don't. I don't. Because that's the Shaman King plays on like for a period of time in TV3, I think TV3 or some shit like that. So I have to watch. I mean, that's the only entertainment I have back then. So I watch it, but I don't really very fond in it. So you were saying which anime is it?
Law of Wakey.
Oh, that one I did
Top
not.
notch.
That one I did not watch in TV. I actually watched in my friend's house instead because he has a full set of CD, and I just went to his house like binge watch everything, you know.
Bro, I wish I had that type of friend, bro. I had to wait for Animax to play it. I had to watch it in Animax.
Nice.
It's a fucking good anime though. Until today, right?
It is.
Something I can rewatch 100 times.
It is like what was the storyline? They're basically fighting to the top. It's like battle royale like that lah. And then
It's like High School DxD but different powers.
yeah,
High School DxD is like rating games, but then for Law of Wakey, it's more like their own type of game with their own combat ability.
I never watched High School DxD, so I don't know. But
Uncultured.
I don't know.
How can you not watch?
I'm not
ecchi animes.
I was not exposed to that. I was not exposed to that. And then when it finally comes to my eyes, like fan service. It's only fan service. So I was like, it made me very reluctant to watch it.
But you're correct, like Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. And like both every one of, if I remember correctly, every one of them have like a certain type of powers. Like let's say the roller blade one for speed, and then like guns for shooting, cannons for shooting, and then
the main
shield,
character is turning rubbish
to tree, yeah. But eventually, I think, if I remember correctly, it's like at the end of the day, the power to turn rubbish into trees is actually fucking powerful. It's like god tier power or some shit like that. But at first, everyone thought it's like shitty.
Yep.
So it's power. The anime is just godly, no? I just love it.
Yep.
Just love it. Okay. Yeah, I think there's a few more questions. Are you sure you want to know about the question?
Yeah, keep going.
Alright, so this one is out of the anime zone and everything. I actually want to stick in the anime zone more, maybe next time. Yeah, this is a question I think is much more on the serious tone already. So what do you think about today's emotional health? Do you think it's well talked about? Do you think people are well aware of emotional health?
You mean mental health?
Yeah, actually, yeah. That. Mental health, emotional health, is it the same thing? Is it not?
Usually when you talk about mental health, it revolves around people's.
Then it's the same thing. I mean, it's not the right word, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So mental health. Okay, what specifically are you referring to?
I was actually no specifically. I was thinking about like, because the reason behind this question is because like, I remember my dad, and is it my dad or someone talked about, my dad specifically, when I asked him about, because I feel I wanted to I want to study about like what's it I want to be more no I want to be more confident. I want to be more confident, be more happy and stuff like that. I don't know what leads to the conversation, but I said that to him. Then he said, that's because you mental weak lah. Just go do something, then you will be happy lah. I was like, then that's like clearly draws a picture that my parents that my parents' generation does not expose to mental health, or emotional health very much, that they know how to handle, like the kids outbursts or seeking for help and stuff like that. So that's why I asked whether what do you think about current society punya emotional health, or the topic of emotional health?
I don't know, bro.
For your perspective, your world not the whole world.
I mean, if you ask me personally, I myself haven't been handling my own emotional troubles properly. But
I know you. So yeah.
Yeah, and also you also know the other part of me where even if I'm like that, I still like help others with their emotional troubles.
Mm-hmm. That's
I'm
why.
the type
That's why
of
sometimes
person.
I want to slap the shit out of you because of this. But okay.
I'm the type of person who, like, since I can't handle my emotional troubles, I go to others and take all their burdens and emotional troubles, and seeing them get better is like, something that makes me feel a bit better about myself. It's a very cynical way to look at it, but in a bigger perspective, not talking on a personal level, but on a society level, um, honestly, no one has had the time, especially for Malaysia. Maybe first world countries like US and whatnot, they have like first world problems where they can sit down and talk about like mental health and shit. But countries like us who are in the rat race,
Mm-hmm.
chasing after profits, chasing after money, increasing your living standards, working harder to be able to live comfortably or being financially stable. All of us don't have time to stop. Don't have a time to stop, take a deep breath,
I think about
reflect.
it. Mhm.
Yeah, don't have time for that. The minute we do have time for that is when we start self-criticizing ourselves and we're not doing enough. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it is the truth because no, I mean, not the truth that we're not doing enough.
Yeah.
Not that. It is the truth that we're in a rat race, a never-ending rat race, struggling to earn profits and struggling to get get out of our so-called bubble where we feel like we are not in a good situation.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, even if you look at Africa, third world country, and the poorest people can be happy with what they have, whereas we are still in the rat race,
Mm-hmm.
being greedy for more and more. So, on a society level, I don't think you can fix it because it's a very complex web of, it's like a spider web, complex web of problems
Mm-hmm.
that has to do with generations of being poor, being colonized,
Like,
whatever the
yeah,
word,
whatever it is.
yeah, and being under servitude for so long. It's a
Mm-hmm.
generation mentality where you have to work hard enough to get out of it. And
Mm.
unfortunately, because of that mentality, it is brought down to the most recent generation, and they're kind of brainwashed thinking that you have to work harder and harder. And because of that, it neglects. Because
Yeah.
our generation now have time to think about it. We start to realize that we have been put upon us, our shoulders, the burdens of our ancestors. All their burdens somehow carried forward to us. And even if the struggles of living a comfortable life is not with us anymore, like we have a proper roof, we have we even have laptops, we can play games. Even after we have all that, we're in a comfortable life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not enough. It's not enough that we can be content and feel happy about it. The fear of losing it all is what drives our parents, drives us all to push us to do better so
Mm-hmm.
that we don't lose what we have and can get more. It's because they have experienced that before. They've experienced having nothing and the fear of just losing everything drives them crazy. And because we have not experienced that, it becomes an emotional burden. It becomes something that is a toxic mentality where we can't see what we're chasing. We don't know what
Yeah.
race we're in.
I get what I mean.
You know? It's a
That
very sad situation. It's very sad.
it's like um it's like the current me, right? I will label myself as a snowflake culture. It's snowflake what? Snowflake generation. Because I throughout my journey, throughout my life, I actually never really seriously get into a very shitty situation. I mean, not me, because my parents, my even my family financial is going down when I was age of 10. It's like we are from high middle to low, sorry, to bottom, to the what's that, B40 to B40. We my parents are doing their best to support the family, so we don't feel very shitty. I mean, obviously I feel it because like from having pocket money every week to become like 1 week one ringgit. It's like cut down by a lot of the pocket money. So I still don't feel shitty, but I feel bad because I cannot spend as much money, but I don't feel the pressure because my father and mother is like shielding us from it, and that actually like what you said, we don't feel like the pressure from them because the parents has been building this very safe culture for us, and then eventually that grows me to become very in one step I die. Very doubtful. I think that I like that example, but very fucking doubtful. One step then I like whole body crumble already. And then I have to really build my own, like train my own self like mentality and all. I still feel myself as very doubtful. It's like in harsh situation I find myself crumble very, very quickly. And I'm trying to build myself like very like solidify myself. Whatever it is, make myself strong, make myself tougher so that I can embrace for stuff like this. Try to fry the tofu. Even fried tofu is not that hard as well. You still like you smack it. If hard enough, also die. You smack it hard, also still spatter. Yeah, makes sense, right?
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, but I think that's a topic I think we need. I want to bring in the conversation in the podcast as well. Next, what game that you grew up with? Do you play games when you grow up?
I grew up with Final Fantasy.
Oh, you have PS, is it right then?
Yeah. Yeah, the PS, the Game Boy.
Lucky piece. I mean, I also lucky that I have Game Boy. I play Pokemon.
My dad was a gamer when when we were born, so
Oh, is it?
he made sure we got the games.
Oh, that's so cool. My dad was not in his childhood he doesn't have games at all, but he was very giddy whenever from time to time he will bring back like back then it's CD, right? Video game CD. He brought back, and he don't know anything about computer, so it's like he brought a computer back from his office and then like try to install and all, right? We spent like half a day just to try to install and set up everything. And then we have like he was very giddy because he bought this racing simulator game thingy. We have the steering, we have the pedals, we have the everything, and then I think I recall correctly that the game is fucking lagging because our PC cannot handle the game. So eventually he's like, fuck. he did not play the game, and then eventually that the steering everything put aside already. So it's never to see again. Then can throw out. So that actually is the start of the gaming for me because I never really know how to play games. Then eventually whenever we go out to visit relatives, right, sometimes because one of my relatives is working in a hawker store nearby, there's the shoplets, right? I'll always bug my dad to say, can I go play computer games here? It's like the what's that? It's not the cyber cafe that we have now. It's like the olden no, it's not arcade. It's like the olden PC shop where if you want to play games, you need to ask for the CDs. So it's like very old kind of very open cyber cafe. So and I was sitting there until my parents finished their chit chatter, and then we go home. So that's the thing that sparks my the gaming journey, I would say. And then the first time I went to cyber cafe alone by myself is I go to Genting Highland. It's $10 per hour.
Yeah.
Fucking expensive.
Hour?
Fucking expensive. And that time I don't know. I was like, because that time I was still well off, and then I think my dad gave me like $20 or $30.
Wait, what age were you?
It's a child. I know I'm a child.
That time they were asking for $10. Bro, I can get 2 hours at Cove with a high-end PC.
Right. For now, right?
2 hours, yeah.
Back then in I don't know how, I know it's fucking old already, but that time is CS era. COS 1 point. No, is it 1 point something?
It's probably sauce lah.
No, before sauce.
Yeah, then 1 point something. Yeah,
1 point something. That I that's my first time go there, and I asked the Koko Cheche, the Koko there, how do I jump your eyes? And that's the first time I touched FPS, and then since then I was like, oh, I love it. It's a good memory for me. And then when I come back from there, I was like, oh, now Cyber Cafe here $2 per hour. But yeah, everything in Genting is fucking expensive.
Yeah. My dad's mentioning my dad, right? He started, with what?
What?
Diablo and Doom.
Oh, back then, yeah. Diablo is actually quite famous for our dad's generation. No, actually not. Yeah, around that generation.
Any region, and also like our dad's generation, like North America and also in Southeast Asia, like all of that. Diablo was the first thing that came out.
And then WoW. No, WoW actually, yeah, WoW, but it's very specific group of people will want to play WoW. Specific group of people will want to play Diablo. Specific group of people will play Dragon Quest. Whatever.
Actually, the one that got the most following was StarCraft, yeah.
And then
the one that got the most following was your generation, my generation, and my brother's generation. All of us, right, whether we like the game or not, entered StarCraft.
Yeah, I find it fucking difficult playing StarCraft with my friends, and then eventually
StarCraft was like a story, it was fucking fun.
So eventually I just get the CD down and just play the story mode only. I just play the whole story mode, and then it's like there's not ICT people. I don't know. I just play power overwhelming. I just run through the game only because I was fucking frustrated. But now when I play back the game, right, it's fucking easy.
Yeah, and it's fun also. Even though it's easy, it's fun.
It's fucking fun because I understand the storyline and I can relate more.
How the fuck did like the humans suddenly become the villain in the Alien story, right?
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck. So it's very interesting because as you grow up, right, the viewpoint from you, the perspective, the understanding of the whole thing, the game, right, is very different from when you're a child. When you're a child, for me, when I was a child, I see games like, oh, bad guy, kill. Oh, this one's shiny, let's go take it. And then I don't read at all. Maybe I read a bit because I learned my English from game. So eventually it's like now I will appreciate game more, a lot more. I love it. I love
the selling point of StarCraft was fucking online peer-to-peer playing. That was like one of the first few after like Dota and CS to have like online. It was fun to play with people.
Yeah.
I think MOBA really took off after StarCraft.
MOBA, yeah. Is it because of MOBA? No, it's Dota. When you say MOBA, it's what?
The genre of the game.
StarCraft is considered MOBA?
No, man?
MOBA is like there's two bases you need to destroy their base, man. So but towers with characters and so that is called MOBA, man, no, man. StarCraft is real time RTS, real time strategy.
No, is it?
Yeah. Let me search.
Would you consider StarCraft as RTS?
StarCraft is what genre? Yeah, RTS, real time strategy.
Oh.
So what is MOBA? What's defined MOBA? Is part of MOBA? No. So MOBA is multiplayer online battle arena. So battle arena is like Dota. Like Dota. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, correct.
So yeah, and then eventually become Dota, and then because all my peers go play Dota, as I also go play Dota. I remember I go to play Dota, and then like because a lot of people a lot of kids together and then sometimes kids from other school come to challenge, and then we fight. It's very fun. It's very interesting. And then
during those times you can play LAN together.
Yeah, we play LAN together.
5v5 clan, 5v5 LAN. So fucking fun.
Yeah, and then not like most of us are just kids, and then we don't know anything. We just like, I can use this. I can. Oh, fucking how he shoot me, how he kill me. He even come on, you're this character. a lot of shit stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
I think I want to share this story because back then I actually was bullied quite a lot. I was bullied quite a lot, and I often go to even without friends, right? I will go to cyber cafe just to chill, just to kill time. Um, there's one time I was playing Maple because I was playing playing a few games like Maple, Dota, CS don't have already. Horn. These few games, and then there's one time I go to there alone. I purposely choose a place that is very cornered, so that because I want to play, I want to be myself. I just want to level up my Maple only. So eventually, this group of Malays and the seniors in my school that oftentimes see me, they were verbally tease me on. But this time they come and catch me because I was in the computer here, right? They will come flip my tits, flip my breast, my tits up basically, and then eventually do once, do twice, and then I was like, eventually I fed up, like after multiple times.
Wait, is this the one where you broke the keyboard?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just smacked the keyboard. I don't think I don't think I shout. I don't remember I shout, but I remember I smacking a keyboard. I stared at them. I just left. And I didn't know about this, but I have a friend at the far end of another corner saw this, and he one of the keys actually hit him. So one of the keys actually hit him. I didn't know about this, and because I was fucking angry, I went home already, ma. The next day, everyone looked at me very fucking differently at school. So I was like, what the fuck happened? But I did not ask her because I don't know, ma. I was very shy person. I did not talk much. So eventually, but after the next day, I feel like fucking bad because I destroyed someone's property. So I bring, I bring a piggy banker to want to attempt to pay for the damage, but then the cafe owner says it's fine. Next time, don't do it. I was like, oh, thank you. And then I walk back and I come back again for after 1 hour to play. Oh my god, that's the small me very adorable. It's sometimes interesting. Damn. Oh yeah. The last few question here. Your house, how kena flood? Is it?
My house didn't kena flood. I kena flood.
Why? No, where? No, sorry, I don't follow.
Did you follow my Insta, man? I posted about the flood one.
I did not. I think I missed it. There's one of the few days that I did not watch my social media ideas.
I remember you also kena, but then you got out of the flood.
Not me.
Then not you.
Not me.
Anyway, the flood. You remember when it happened, right?
Your first flood? Yeah, I remember you walk to your relative's place.
It's a sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And then you know what? What's the specific question?
Forget it. Oh, what's the damage? What do you do after? Does it change your life?
No, it doesn't. Okay, so the whole story is I was going to watch Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that changed in my life is everyone was making memes out of my flood incident about far away from home because of the fucking Spider-Man title.
Yeah. I think I remember this. Uh-huh.
Getting stuck in the flood, it made me more cautious of where natural signs. Like I knew that I recognized certain signs that are common for floods, but I didn't think it would happen. The kind of denial thing.
Yeah.
But then
It
when I
won't
got
happen
into
now.
the-
It won't happen now. Eventually,
Yeah.
when it happens, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So when
Eventually.
it happened, I was like calm about the whole thing, lah. But like I got more and more stress, and more headache because everyone was calling and checking and calling and then asking me what you're going to do.
That's like,
Like, mother,
uh-huh.
dude, I'm the victim. You're not even trying to help me, but you're making me more headache.
There's actually a lot. There's another topic I want to bring out. Like a lot of people in the life, right? They the intention of reaching out to you is not to solve your problem. It's just want to impose their selfishness to you. It's like I asked question to him. I asked how the fuck are you already? So I done my
Out of concern.
I done my obligatory whatever is this my job already.
Yeah, it makes
My
them
due
feel
diligence,
better.
just to make them feel better. There's sometimes when I like even happy birthday, I also like I don't feel like I want to wish the people because I from the bottom of my heart I don't feel like I want to wish them because I don't know this person close enough. If I
Yeah,
really
both of us have the
makes
same
sense, right? Makes
ideology.
sense, right?
Yeah. Both
Makes
of us
sense.
have the same thing for our birthdays.
Because I if I don't know you well enough, I won't want to wish you because I don't want to waste your time reading. I don't want you to waste your time to read this one and then half-assly reply. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I wish you happy too. So we all know it's just surface thingy, and I don't strive for surface thing. So,
yeah,
meh. I rather don't do that.
yeah. So like that was one thing I didn't like. The second thing I didn't like was when it comes to floods, right?
Mhm.
Um, it's not something an individual can solve. You agree?
It's not something that individual can solve.
You are stuck in a flood
Yeah.
means it's in everyone who's in that road will gonna.
Yeah. In the area we're
So
gonna. Yep.
yeah. So care packages need to be sent to people who are in need.
Mhm.
Let's say there's no retail outlets.
Yeah.
Outlets are able to help provide food. You need someone to send food to,
Mhm.
or you need shelter to sleep, and your car is not a place you can sleep in because the water level is above the car
Mhm.
already. You need to find some place that someone will help you with. The thing that I didn't get was any form of government assurance that they were going to get help.
The other kind, a lot of people did not like. There's no news. I have friends who go volunteer. It's a very close friend of mine since high school. And then he was a volunteer, and then he saw like the bomba. Is it bomba or police or whatever? Standing nearby the flooded area waiting for instruction. They have to wait for instruction before they can go inside. And during the waiting period, it's actually a lot of people requires help, like in front of him or something like that. So a lot of people like say like voice out like why the fuck are you not doing anything? And because for me, I understand like the chain of commands. You need to receive a chain of commands. Only you can act. If not, like if you're gone, what will happen to like I need to follow. Maybe this one is much more important. So it's hard to satisfy everyone.
Yeah, but it's not really about satisfying also. When it comes to disaster relief, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are either good at it or you're horrible at it. There's only two things. So, for
Mm-hmm.
example,
Please do.
when there is a dengue outbreak,
Mm-hmm.
right, in Selangor, the 2000s, basically,
Mm-hmm.
dengue outbreak in Selangor, containment was the main problem, right? So they had to make sure that the dengue itself doesn't spread, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way to make sure dengue doesn't spread is actually just enforcement of like fogging and all those things to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that the dengue itself is dead. That's an easy solution. So containment of the problem is easy. Then the outbreak will reduce. But then casualty rates are high because people who have already got dengue can't basically undo it or there's no
Yeah.
cure.
Mm-hmm.
Then another example is before COVID, there was this, what's it called?
Ebola.
SARS.
Is it not Ebola?
SARS.
Oh,
No,
SARS. If that affect us greatly. Yep.
yeah. When SARS happened, again, containment was the main problem. You had to make sure that it doesn't spread before you can do it. All these are national level disasters.
Mm-hmm.
Another example is earthquake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Earthquake, when it depends on the magnitude, you have to have some sort of disaster relief or disaster solution so that when buildings crumble or anything, you know how to send out relief in a systematic way so that everyone gets care that they need
Mm-hmm.
and there's no one left behind.
Mm-hmm.
In a flood situation, let me remind you, Malaysia has flood every year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The only reason last year it was a thing is because it affected places that no one expected to get flooded. That was the only difference. What does that mean? It means that Malaysian government enforcement, whether it is bomba, whether it is police, whether it is military, since they know Malaysia has a problem with floods, should have already been trained with systematic relief of flood victims.
By right, this is a by right.
By right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Every year we are taxed and also some money goes to flood relief.
Mm-hmm.
All that money, they didn't spend it on fixing the flood problem. Fine, no problem. But why didn't you train your personnel to actually do this? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So like even if I agree that when it comes to relief, there are sometimes priorities. That's why you cannot mindlessly help people. The enforcements have to follow commands.
Yeah.
Even though I agree with that, the commands are not right.
The commands are not right. Sorry. Help me understand that.
Yeah. Kaki tangan, your hands and legs, follow the instructions of the brain.
Yes.
So the people your friends saw are the hands and legs of people who are giving instructions.
What? They're on the field.
Yeah, they're on the field. Field people don't have the knowledge of, for example, the schematics of the area. They don't have the map of the place. They don't know which areas are affected. The people who have that knowledge are people at command center. Command center have the schematic of the map. They have the areas affected by flood from data, and they have the information based on verbal calls from victims where they are stranded.
Yeah.
When they have all that information, it's very easy to draft a disaster plan, a rescue plan, disaster plan. All of it is easy to draft when you have all that information.
Yeah.
Right? And after you draft it and there's not a proper solution, you have to wait for 3 days. That is not right. That means
People
you are not
did already,
agile.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're not agile in your. Maybe your plan was good, but you're not fast enough. That's not the whole point. Disaster. The first thing is about fast,
Disaster
quick
relief. Yeah.
response. So I don't know what to say. I mean, we pay so much money to the government. We get taxed a lot of money compared to other countries like us. And a lot of it goes towards helping people in need. Flood, flood victims come every year. It's not a new thing. So I don't know why was it that hard for them to just fix this simple thing. I say it's simple because we have years of experience in dealing with flood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why. I don't see why they couldn't have done better. A country like Africa, who has had Ebola before, knows how to avoid it the second time. That's why they don't have another outbreak.
Mm-hmm.
So if a third world country can do better than a first world country, then can do better than Malaysia that has first world infrastructure and first world talents. It just means that we have third world mentality. We have worse than third world mentality.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's this topic is getting very hard for me to digest. But yeah, I for emotional level I can understand. Emotional level and like infant knowledge level I can understand and can relate. Damn. So I forget what I wanted to say. Just now I have one liner. You just pass by the Jingle moment, just come again. Very normal. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, do you want to explain the Jingle moment so that I can explain
Yeah.
it?
So whenever you say chinkat moment, it basically means that you're going to say something. It was at the tip of your tongue, but you thought of something else, and you said that something else, and then when you go back to what you were going to say, it has long gone. It will never come back.
Just fly past. Eventually, it's from some conversation, it will bring back up. So I'm not worried about that.
Yeah. It's like a boomerang, you have to wait until it finally comes back.
Maybe years. Then my boomerang, my strength of throwing the boomerang is very powerful, Oh yeah, this is another one. I put it way up there. What's school like for Suhail, and where did Suhail learn Chinese? By the way, do you know Suhail is actually know how to speak a bit of Chinese, not fluently. He speaks like he's a China, but he's not speaking it fluently.
我忘记华语不能讲，我不会讲华语，知道吗？ It's different.
You see, he's speaking fluently, but can he make a full conversation with Chinese?
你跟我讲华语哦，我就回答在华语哦。
Okay, then I take back my remark. Then he can speak in Chinese. At least conversation level, not like business Chinese and all.
No, even conversational level. It's been a while since anyone has spoken to me in Mandarin. The last was actually 2 days ago. I went to the car workshop. The auntie was speaking Chinese. I'm like, yeah, the car's not working. In Chinese. Then she stared at me for a bit. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, 我会讲华语，你这样想要砍我是吗？
Yeah. The funny thing is that they were all speaking Hokkien and Cantonese, right? And then I started speaking Mandarin. They were like, it took a while for them to change.
to change channel, is it?
Yeah.
Damn.
They first replied in Cantonese, and they were like, that makes it the correct one in Chinese.
But besides Chinese, that Chinese itself, like traditional Chinese, do you know other dialect like the Cantonese, Hokkien? Like you can't understand no, but you know it's from like, it's Cantonese. You know it's
I recognize the I recognize the dialect, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, do you like? I mean that was very easy lah. That was very easy. Yeah, but oh yeah, there's another question. It's like what is school like? What brings you to what makes you can speak Chinese so fluently?
I studied in PJ, Paling Jaya. For those who don't know, PJ is actually majority Chinese.
China Bang.
Yes. And I lived in a place where my house, my condo, was next to a Chinese school. So my dad was raised in Hong Kong. So he knew Cantonese.
Did you told me about this before? Did you went to Hong Kong before?
I've been to Hong
Kong.
Yeah,
you told me before. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So since my dad knows Cantonese and he felt that Chinese was important, and the school was right next to our house, sent us to a Chinese school. But, that's the reason of learning Chinese. The reason I speak as well as I do or used to is because I've only ever had Chinese friends. For the longest time, I've only had Chinese friends. I couldn't mingle with. It was very hard for me to make friends who are Malays or Indians or any race. For the longest time, it was very hard. Malays in particular, I had very, very, very big problem because my Malay was horrible. I failed my Malay from standard 1 all the way until UPSR. Only in UPSR, I barely passed. That's how bad my my Malay was. And when I entered Form 1, my teacher was so surprised I passed UPSR. That's how bad my Malay was. No cap, bro. It was that bad. I couldn't even form sentences in my writing. I couldn't speak Malay. But I solved it eventually because I used to go to the surah for prayers a lot, and I would mingle with the Malays more frequently because my high school was a sekolah menengah, so it was a public school, and there were more Malays, so I could mingle with more Malays. So the Malay problem fixed, but in primary school and even in high school, all my friends were Chinese, and when you're with Chinese friends and you learn the language, of course, speak the language.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's how I became fluent.
Yeah, speaking of language, I would say my English right now is fluent. I can speak like very, I won't say excellent English, but I can speak having conversation with you in English. And this I want to really thanks to my mom, because as a kid grow up, we only speak Cantonese and Chinese at home, like pure like China bang when you're punya household when you're feeling it. But eventually my mom is like, no, like she really set her foot down and said like, no, I want my children to know how to speak English. So suddenly, that I don't know, one long period of time, we are forced to speak English, like really forced to speak English. And then at that transition period, because you suddenly from Chinese you speak English, right? That transition period, I suffer so badly, because I have friends who is very England, very English one. I have friends who is very China one. So I can't understand. I can't have conversation with any of them. I think that leads to me getting bullied and like very timid and like and this stuff, like zibai. And then that goes on for a very long time, that I feel very insecure because I cannot communicate. I feel like I always will say wrong things, and eventually it becomes thanks to game that I picked up a lot of English, and then eventually it's like learn new words, and then eventually become more daring to speak, and then tada, me here speak English. So yeah, I need to give my mom all the credit for that. At the same time, it's like, that's a fucking harsh way to push a child, man.
I wish my mom did that for my Tamil.
Oh yeah, by the way, to add on that, my Chinese, I fail everything.
Oh, that one normal.
Yeah, Chinese, I fail everything.
I also fail my Chinese. Actually, no. I passed the circling one. The
选择题啊，选择题。
yeah. Then the essay one, I failed completely.
Oh dear me. Especially the essay one, I have no idea what the fuck, right? I always remember I start with water, mind, water, whatever, mind, whatever.
I think one of it I only knew how to write 我爱妈妈 or 我爱哥哥, right? That's the only thing I knew how to write, right? So I wrote that twice, and then I wrote like water, then I finished submit. Fastest paper in the world.
Oh my god! I thought that's only me, because I'm the only one who constantly get punished and get pushed out of the class and punished, So it's like I need to stand on the chair or like move my table out of the classroom so that I don't know. That was my punishment for not doing things. So it's like, that's such a rough treatment to a child, but at that era it's necessary. It's the norm. It's the norm. I don't know how much trauma or how much damage that caused to me, but it took me a long time to build my confidence up.
You're talking about building confidence, bro. I have a history of failing exams. You tell me how much that happened even during uni, bro. So
Even
like,
before, even what?
even happens in uni level where I fail papers. So like, confidence is like really something that you shouldn't be seeking out something you're not good at.
I think a lot of times it's because of this is another topic right there. I mean, it's related, but it's another one. It's because expectation from people that we love, that we have to do this, like we have to study for this, we have to go through our life, like have a stable job, have like 一个铁饭碗, 一个 metal bowl, so that we can support our family and we have a brighter future. But deep down we know, like, fuck this shit, man. Like, seriously, fuck this shit. And then I feel like if I going through this journey of like I have to find a stable job and then like work until I still have enough money, and then so deadbeat working at a job that I don't appreciate, just to have this steady stream of income just to satisfy my parents, and that's like, I'm gonna be dead.
Yep.
And I don't feel like I'm alive. So I currently I'm looking like seriously considering like do freelance, just like putting effort and trying to make a living out of my own instead of working for other people. I mean, at the end, it's still working for other people because it's still providing service for other people, but it's much more on your term. Much more on your term. No, I'm
I have
seriously
a
good.
I have a friend who's doing freelance copywriting, and
Hmm.
he's very successful with it because he's getting he's getting jobs that
Mm-hmm.
are in the thousands of Australian dollars because
Mm-hmm.
his clients are majority Australians,
Mm-hmm.
and he makes a lot of money because 100% of the profit comes to him. And the most he has to deal with is client requirements, but he doesn't have to go through all the red tape in corporate.
Yeah. So yeah, that really got me into seriously thinking about, because recently I also listen audio, because I don't read. I find myself, I find reading very troublesome, and then it's taking me a lot of mental energy, and I would prefer listen. It's like listening to stuff. That's why I listen to audiobook. And then recently I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. That's why I know about the current, like Will Smith slapped the whatever.
Will Smith
Will Smith slapped
slap Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. I bet that one's from social media lah. That's not really from podcast, but podcast someone talk about it. That Joe Rogan and someone talk about it. It's like, does not make sense why you slap the person. Is you can settle it.
Hey, can collaborate.
No, that's a question, right? You
Oh,
can
toilet break.
say with authority, like, fuck you, I want to go toilet.
Wait, toilet break, toilet break.
Okay,
Viewers, we have toilet break.
I will cut this part out.
Be right back.
Zoom. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum da dum da 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 dum da dum. It's almost 3 hours already. Dum da 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 dum. Hello and welcome to Chingas Wants to Know. We are currently having a break. We are having a toilet break. Thank you so much for watching by. We'll be back soon enough. Please stay tuned. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum da dum da 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 dum da da. I need to work out, man. Da 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 dum. Hello, welcome to Chingas Wants to Know. We are currently in a toilet break. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. We'll be right back soon. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum da dum da 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 dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum. Hello, welcome to Chingat Wants to Know. Thank you so much for dropping by. We are currently in a toilet break. We'll be right back soon. We're waiting for Suhail to be right back. So, please stay tuned. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum da 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 dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum. Hello, welcome to Chingat Wants to Know. Thank you so much for dropping by. We are currently having a break. Having a break? We are taking a break. Not having a break. We are taking a break. And we'll be right back soon. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum da dum da 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 dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum. Hello. Thank you for dropping by. Chingat Wants to Know. We are currently taking a break. A short break, a toilet break, while waiting for Suhail to come back. Please stay tuned. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum da dum da 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 dum da dum dum. At this point, I think you're gonna slap the shit out of Chingat already. Dum. Da, 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 dum. Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. Chingat Wants to Know. We are currently taking a break, a toilet break from our almost 3 hour long podcast or conversation. So please stay tuned. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum da dum da 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 dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum. Hello, thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you so much for listening to Chingat Wants to Know. We are currently taking a break while waiting Suhail to come back from his toilet break. Please stay tuned. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. He's taking a long time, man. How many times I sing already? Oh, hold on. He's messaging me. Oh, Hayate Combat Butler, Law of Iriki. Yakitate Japan. Yakitate is what? Let me see. Because he shared to me his anime list. Yakitate. Oh, the bread. The bread anime. That's so cool. Okay, sorry. Come back. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum da dum da 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 dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum. Hello. Thank you so much for tuning in to Chinket Want to Know. We are currently taking a break. We are waiting for Suhail to come back from his toilet. Long ass toilet break. So please stay tuned. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum da dum da 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 dum da dum dum da 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 dum dum. Hello, thank you so much for tuning in to Chinket Wants to Know. We are currently taking a break, a toilet break, while we are waiting for Suhail to come back from his long ass toilet break. So please stay tuned. Thank you so much for your time. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 da. If I know that if Suhail is currently playing me, he is there but he's not appearing in the camera, I'll slap the shit out of him. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum da dum da 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 dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum dum. Hello, thank you so much for tuning in to Chinket Wants to Know. We are currently taking a short toilet break. Today's guest is Suhail. Suhail is a very close friend of mine, or he seems to be back. Suhail is a very close friend of mine. He's a fucking intelligent person, very charismatic, sometimes very stupid at the same time. But I love him, I adore him. So stay tuned. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. I heard dodo. Da 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 dum dum da dum dum. Da 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 dum da dum da 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 dum da 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 da. Hello, welcome to Chinket's Chinket Wants to Know. We are back.
I'm more interested what you were doing like this for so long.
I've been doing that for the entire period of you going to toilet, you know. I was singing. I was singing and doing the please hold punya tune.
You're damn cute, huh?
I mean, can't be helped, this Chinket. Where were we? What we were talking about?
I'm having a chicken moment right now.
Nice. Because for now, I've asked every question. I mean, I don't want to go like specifically into very deep into one topic yet, because if we do, it's going to be more than 4 hours plus already. By the way, we are 3 hours in, huh?
I know, I saw.
You saw. Okay, so I think actually why I should wait you? I actually can just close the podcast here, right? Why I want to wait you come back? I can just close the podcast and say, this guy ditched me already, and then I can just leave.
If you wanna, but
I'm thinking.
don't do that one.
How you know? You get very random one, ma. Sorry, not random, very spontaneous one.
True.
Yeah, actually, let's talk about spontaneous now. Like you are not very spontaneous. You're the one of the person that is not very spontaneous. You're not the most spontaneous person that I know. Yeah. You are more systematic. But when I say that, right, you are not as rigid as well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I say that,
the reason that contradiction there is because by personality type, I am impulsive. But
you are trained to be.
Yeah, trained to be the type of person who thinks about pros and cons.
Oh, like ask you, what's your personality type? Do you do the what's that?
I did it
Mayor thingy. What's that?
ENIJ. Don't know, something like that.
ENIJ?
Mayor's
Yeah, my one is ENFP though. Campaigner. Hey? Let's talk about that a bit.
Mine is strategic leader, motivated to organize change. Commander,
Commander, let me see. Commander.
ENTJ.
Commander. Yeah, sounds about right. ENTJ conclusion. No, I don't want to see conclusion. I want to see introduction. Okay, like your time is limited, so don't waste it on leaving someone else.
Yeah, but you know my personality changed quite a few times. I did it once when I was 15. I did it when I was 16. I did it when I was 17. I did it again when I was 21. I did it again when I was 23.
All different?
23 is all different.
Damn.
Yeah.
For me, I changed from entertainer to campaigner.
Not that different.
Not that different, just one thing off only. But I only do like 3-4 times only. The second, third, fourth time is all campaigner. It's like solid already. I know myself already. Kind of like that.
I think I should do mine. Should do mine again.
So here is like extravert. Not extrovert. It's extravert. No, not extrovert. It's extravert. What's this? I have no idea. Let me see. Outgoing. Extrovert and extravert, is it different?
No, it's the same shit.
It's the same shit? Okay.
Yeah.
Extrovert, intuitive, thinking and judging. What's mine? ENFP. ENFP. Extrovert, intuitive, feeling, prospecting. What's prospecting?
That one I don't.
Crossing the finish line. Tech. Judging and prospecting. Figure things as they go. Yeah. Yep. Figure things as I go. I'm more towards this genre, which I mean, most of the time I get slapped in the face, but the small portion of the time I found gold. Small portion of the time I found gold, and then the goal is like I'll cherish it to the dearest of my life. So I quite enjoyed it. Tell me one thing about the commander.
He fits leadership roles. He or she would thrive in a situation where they're the center of attention. They are given. The other one I would say is that they do very well in critical situations because they're able to think on their feet and execute and guide people in a situation where it's required.
I strongly believe that this is one of your strengths, like thing. But is it you? Is it you? I have a feeling it's not entirely you. Maybe this is like the train you know, like the train.
I think the old personality was. I think it's close to yours. It was either something nearby entertainer or
something nearby entertainer. Let me see.
I think there's anything in between entertainer and campaigner.
And entrepreneur, entertainer, virtuoso. What's a virtuoso? I don't think there's either entrepreneur, entertainer, protagonist, or campaigner.
I think I was entertainer.
Entertainer. If someone is found spontaneously breaking into song and dance, that's an entertainer personality type. That's me. I usually go for that. Usually do that.
I think I was an entertainer when I was 16 years old. Because that time I used to dance and sing a lot.
Isn't that good? But you don't do that now.
Now I just keep it in my head.
I respect the flaw, but the environment. Let's say if like in a high class place or people just like cheers and stuff like that, right? And then suddenly the mood change and all the music become more nightclubby and stuff like that, right? It's got beat already, right? Then you will see me suddenly I start to move my head already, started to move my my butt, my body already. So that comes naturally. I it's not like intentional because I just listen to music.
Oh, you're not shaking your head.
No, because it's not clear. No power behind the oots. Get a better mic.
Even do my mic now.
Yeah, I think it's okay lah for now for the podcast, and then maybe we can talk later after the podcast. So, anything you want to add? Do you have any message for the people who is going to listen to this or the audience here?
I think the general, like from what we know from Chinket's title, is what he wants to know.
Yeah, Chinket wants to know.
What I want you guys to know at the end of this podcast is that you will go in every stage in your life, change, and some of them are not always good. No matter how much people tell you that the more you experience in life, better you become. I'm not a believer of those words because there are always there are always experiences you will go through that would set you back in your life, and if you're not able to overcome it, you will develop negative and toxic and bad habits that would strain your future. And I want you guys to know that when you're in that situation, your close friends are the ones that, and your family are the ones. Now, if your family caused it, your close friends are the ones that you should go to help.
If you don't have close
friends,
if you don't have close friends, because some people having issues making friends or don't have access to people. I guess that there's this place you can go befriender and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it's that, if you don't have friends, physical sense, like you don't have people physically around you to talk to. I have Chinkat, like even though we're doing this podcast virtually, I know that he is in a reachable distance. But if you don't have friends physical around, then turn to games, turn to the online sphere. I have found truly treasured people that I found solely because I'm in my times of need, they were there for me. So I wouldn't say that alone means you're forever alone, but try and find someone, whether it's in the physical realm or the virtual.
By taking action, reach out to people. I mean, starting, if you are not used to reaching out to people, you definitely will feel a lot that you'll face a lot of roadblocks. Like you'll be fucking awkward. People will question your your intention. But eventually you will find people, the same awkward people that links to you, and then you'll be friends. And then the reason I'm able to paint it because I'm that person. I'm that person. I really very awkwardly reach out to people, but I'm quite lucky, I would say, because I met a lot of people in my life. I met a lot of acquaintances. I met a bunch of friends and only a handful of really close buddies, and I'm very blessed, I would say. So try to identify who is the buddies in your life, the close buddies in your life that you can share your success, share your sorrows, share your life story, and they will judge the shit out of you and then want to pull you into a better place. Because people judge, eventually people will judge, right? But they come from a good place that want to bring you to a next level because they know, they see the good in you instead of bringing you down. So identify those people in your life, and yeah, By the way, I like this. I like the ending here because previously I was thinking what should I include in my podcast, right? I think because this relates to Chinket want to know, right? I want the guest to I want to ask the guest what do they want the listener to know. Good session. I appreciate.
You're welcome.
Do you feel appreciate yet?
You didn't say thank you. You just said good session. So I'm just like, okay, you're welcome.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Arigato gozaimasu.
Your mic cut out. Sorry, what you said?
Oh, yeah, man, you can watch the replay lah. I said arigato gozaimasu. That's all.
どういたしまして。
どういたしまして. Okay, ciao. Oh, let me do my closing. Thank you so much for watching. I wish that smile stays always on your face, love that always fill your heart, and definitely joy that comes into your life as they come to my life in every possible way. Jinget signing off. Bye-bye. What's that? Boops?
No, you did this.
Why?
You did this one. Just now you're like, so I'm like,
The action sounds like you're holding your own book and then bouncing up. It looks so fucking wrong.
you know the